Hey, hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the late night Sunday stream. Tonight's title shall be for I almost died for Pokemon. Let's see, hot breaks and insane Umbreons. There we go. There we go. How do you like those Umbreons, huh? Aren't they pretty? There was a gentleman asking me for my Sandstorm Umbreon, and he mentioned he wanted it, and I just kind of threw out what I thought to be a pretty high price, maybe unrealistic. But that was really how I felt about the card. I really like it, and I didn't want to sell it. And even if I did sell it, it'd have to be for something crazy. I like the card too much. All right, let's see how to order cards. What are we looking at here? I did a little posty post on the interwebs before we went live, so we could have gone live a little bit earlier. We're going live at 2:30. We could have gone live at about 2:15 or 12. I'm sorry, 12:15, 12:10 if I had only made that content faster. Also, I got a little bit of work done. I got something done for Mr. Tyler Davis. We took a picture of all his cards finally. There you go, Mr. Tyler. What is this? What is going on? There's always some weird company trying to get me to do like some kind of collab for them. And then we also grabbed Mr. Albert Austin's Pikachu. So we're going to take a look at that. I think he wants me to sell it for him. You paid Scooter's Coffee. Oh, what's this? You authorized to this guy. Did I really? What did I buy? Oh, that went to China. I was like, what the hell is that order? That's a really weird looking order. All right, let me hit refresh. I believe we got a Diane Bailey order that didn't get serviced yesterday. You guys might have noticed no stream yesterday. I was dying. I really was. The vending machine Venonat, please, says Miss Alexandra. She ordered that on the 11th. Did we service that? And Jonas Gordon, who ordered Nilorina. Okay, so I think we did that for her. Let's head over here. We have a Diane Bailey order for $489, 2 Korean EV Heroes, 1 box Korean Mega Dream, 5 packs Ascending Heroes, and shipping. I didn't see that. And shipping. Wow, Diane Bailey ordering shipping. Well, that's good. We're going to get that done tonight. That's a really big starter order, so I knew we had to go live for Sunday. Usually we have Sunday off, but we missed the Saturday stream, so I have story time for that. And let's get started. Wait a second. Let's start by pinning the website into the messages real fast. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Mine was not super great. It wasn't bad either, though. Mr. Alex was showing me a link to a news story where they said someone got shot over Pokemon cards. Did you guys hear about that? Damn, bro. They got shot in a Kroger parking lot. There it is. Alex is talking about it. Man, Mister, you plan on getting any new Dragon Ball sets? I do not have plans for that. However, you could tell me what set I should get, and maybe I would just go get it. You think? I like Dragon Ball. It's not the worst thing. It's just that once upon a time, I bought a bunch of Dragon Ball and I got burned real bad for that because it just wouldn't sell. Now it is selling, so that's good. So maybe it's time to get back into that. But Pokemon's just doing so damn well. Every single time I pull money away from Pokemon and into a different set, I go, "Are you sure? You sure you should be doing that?" So I hesitate. All right, so we're done with that. First order of business, Diane Bailey. I have to stand up because she wants 2 boxes of EV Heroes and 1 box of EV Mega Dream. Is she here tonight? I would like for her to be here. She might not have gotten the notification yet, but it would be nice if she got to see the openings live. She didn't know I was going to fail to make the Saturday night stream. Is she here? Miss Diane Bailey, are you here? Ah, she's not here. What time did she place the order for this one? It says she placed it at 8 a.m. That means she placed it at 10 a.m. California time. She's going to watch it on the replay. I think that she knew that there was a chance she'd be watching it on the replay. Mister, I sent for 2 live, but I sent the wrong amount. So I have 2 orders. Sounds good. I'll be buying that Umbreon Sky Ridge. I just made a short talking about these guys. I had a gentleman and he wanted to buy this card from me. And I run into this thing with this Umbreon a lot because he's not the first guy who's tried to buy this from me. A couple guys have contacted me over Sandstorm Umbreon, always on Instagram, and they always want to buy it, and they always want to buy it cheap. They think it's a cheap card. And it's like, bro, this is perhaps one of the least obtainable Umbreons in the hobby that there is. It sounds odd, but it is. It's Pop 25. There's no holographics, just reverse hollows, and there's only 25 of those reverse hollows. That makes it shockingly rare. You just do not, and this is a nice clean copy too. Look at that, clean, pointy, nice clean corners, no dots on it, nice centering, no scratches, no print lines. So it's really, I got a beautiful copy of it. Look at the later shirt on it. But yeah, what's crazy is a while back I got this for just like I think like $900. Let me see. Yep, 800 actually. And I know that's what people would like to buy him for. They'd like to buy him for $800. If I offered him for $800, he'd sell like that. He'd sell like, so fast. There'd be people tripping over themselves to acquire it. Somebody sold it to me for the wrong price because they didn't know what they had. And a lot of people didn't know about it because no one pays attention to sets like Sandstorm. I don't know why, but people just don't pay attention to it. They go, oh, that's not Sky Ridge. That's not Aquapolis. Sandstorm. Oh, it's stinky. No, it's not. It's an Umbreon set. So people overlooked him, and I'm not wanting to sell mine. That's how it is. I think he's going to go to 100. What do you guys think? You think that card ever goes to 100? I think he's going to 100, he's going to 100, and he's going to 100, all three of them. I don't know how long you'll take. Actually, I think the Sky Ridge is pretty close already, isn't it? How high is the Sky Ridge? I don't remember. Does anyone know the record price on Sky Ridge Umbreon? That guy's pretty close. I don't know about him. This guy should follow. He's technically much more rare. I mean, look, there's 129 of these. So there's 5 times as many of the Sky Ridge Umbreons as there are of the Sandstorm Umbreon. 5 times as many. How does that make any sense? So, I'm not interested in the cash. I'm interested in speculating on the price. I want to see where it goes. I do suspect it will hit 100 one day. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, probably one day. Because there's just money pouring into this hobby every day. Every day, normal people are coming in and they're buying tons of Pokemon cards. And rich guys, and who knows from where, but rich guys are inheriting daddy's money and going, I'm just going to buy Pokemon cards. And it takes time, but eventually a card builds itself up to a very high price. And so when you make a claim like, oh, this will be 100,000, what you're saying is that I'm placing a bet that this is the card that people continue to pour the money into. Umbreons are very good. Umbreons, Charizard, Pikachu, Lugia. You got any Lugias? You got any Mewtwo's? People don't want a lot of Pokemon. They want a couple of Pokemon. I'll send 91 bucks for that Umbreon right now. Mister, how was the mushroom hunting? Oh, man, it was so bad. But let me get these boxes for Diane Bailey. I don't think she's here yet. Let me get them. 2 EV Heroes, 1 Mega Dream. All right, I'll be back. I brought in more more Ascended Heroes in case I needed it. All right. Here we are. Within 10 years, the big TCGs will be unaffordable for everyday people. I think people would just have to buy 7, 8, and 9. That's all. And that's fine. That's how it is. Ooh, that's how it is with like ultra rare sports cards right now. That's what it does. That's how it becomes. I say we start with these EV Heroes. All right. Let's leave these Umbreons in the background. They're so cool. All right. We're looking for Moonbreon after all. Or any of the evolutions. Where are my scissors? Ooh, we're going to do a, look at this. The next vintage pack break shall be Rocket. Love it. Mister, people might actually try to buy the Umbreon if you leave them. How's Mister tonight? Feeling much better. I was extremely ill yesterday. That's why there was no stream. I hate missing the stream. Only complete catastrophe stops me from coming in for the stream. I have to be on my deathbed to miss the stream. You have numbers on them. Oh, I don't think anyone assumes this is $129 or $25, though. Those are the pop counts. Those are the pop counts. I got very violently ill yesterday. It was so bad. Basically, what happened was I'm on the weight loss pill Wegovy, right? Whatever it is, an injection. And so yesterday, I asked Karis what she wants for lunch, and she says Arby's. Yuck. Some people like Arby's, not me, but Karis likes it. And so we got her Arby's, which is an occasional treat that she gets to have. Not a huge Arby's, guys. When I eat Arby's, I don't feel that great. I've never felt great eating Arby's. I don't know about you guys. But so I, of course, I order some Arby's for us, and we go on our mushroom hunt, and it's about 80 degrees, very humid. So it's getting to kind of like that point where even if you start sweating, you just don't cool down. And we climb down a super steep hill to get to Mushroom Valley in the Lake of the Ozarks National State Park. We climb up a really steep hill, and then we climb down a super steep hill to look at an area we haven't looked at yet. And we went mushroom hunting like Friday, and I was doing very well. Yeah, I was climbing up and down hill. You guys watched it. It was in the live stream. We were walking all over the place. We're going up and down hill. We walked for like an hour and a half, and we were going up and down hills for like an hour and a half in that live stream. You guys were actually there. If you watched that live stream, it's called Morel Hunting. Here goes, guys. This is for Diane Bailey. 2 boxes of EV Heroes. Wish her luck. We're looking for a Umbreon. Anyways, so the very next day, I have Arby's. Setting for all 3 Umbreons. 6, no! And, yep, we climb up a hill and then down a severely steep hill. And we search in the heat for mushrooms for a while. And then when it was time to start ascending the hill again, I got sick on the way up. I got nauseous, like heavily nauseous. And I just underestimated myself. I underestimated myself. I underestimated what I ate. I underestimated the Wegovy. The Wegovy makes you nauseous. So I'm not used to that. Actually, I haven't really experienced too much nausea, but this time I did. Because my body was kind of like too hot, right? Like my heart was beating real hard. I was real sweaty. You know, we worked up a good sweat walking. I was running out of energy. And it's crazy how it works, how in the middle of climbing up a hill, your whole body can swap from normal to, hey, this is an emergency. You're out of energy, dude. So I went from feeling fine, just kind of hot and tired. And then all of a sudden, I was trying not to throw up. I was pouring water on my head, which probably, if I didn't have that water with me, I'd have been in a lot of trouble. But I was pouring water on my head. I was trying to cool down. It was real bad. I managed to not throw up, but I think if I had thrown up, that would have helped. But I had, yeah, the meats fought back. That's right. Exactly. Yeah, the beef was trying to get back out. But I blame 2 things. I blame the Wegovy and I blame the Arby's. I should have known. Don't go on a strenuous climb on Arby's. Arby's and Wegovy. So stupid. But I just got really, really ill from that. My eyes apparently, well, it wasn't apparent. I saw it myself. My eyes turned bloodshot, and like my hands went into shock. Like they curled up, and I couldn't open them. And I was trying not to throw up. I didn't want to throw. I guess I didn't want to throw up. But I sat down on a rock in the shade, poured some water in my head, and I had to sit there for like 30 minutes. And then I climbed up this super steep mountain. It was like 7 hours of climbing, I swear to God. No, but it was a really steep hill. And it was kind of it wasn't a great feeling situation because I was like, am I gonna get stuck down here? You know, when the hardest wave of nausea hit, I was like, oh, am I actually in trouble here? Like, am I gonna be stuck on this side of this steep hill? But no, 30 minutes of sitting, I escaped. So I used to not want to throw up and hold back, and it sucks. Just let that stuff out. Yeah, I know. It's tricky. It's because it's like, I think if my body pushed me to throw up a little more, I would have gone for it. But it wasn't quite, it wasn't quite there. So it was like I was in the in between. All right. So I was sitting there and I suffered for a while. I sat on a rock pouring water on my head. Felt like kind of a little bit of a desperate situation. and I barely managed really to climb up that hill. I mean, I'm out of shape. I'm a heavy guy now, and I've got this severe nausea because the nausea didn't go away over 30 minutes. It was just really bad. I felt like I had some kind of stomach illness. I was very weak, and I climbed slowly but surely up the hill. It was very painful. I was attacked with this extreme migraine. I had this extreme migraine and extreme nausea and no energy all of a sudden and overheating. We make it to the hill, climb back down the other side, get to the car. I'm like, thank heavens. I made it into the car. It was like a sigh of relief. I was like, oh, good. I'm not going to be stranded on the hill or something because I've heard of, I've seen stuff like that. I've heard of stuff like that. Like there was an old man who had to be rescued off the side of the hills in the National State Park. I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. So I make it back, and it was very difficult. I go home, take a quick shower, put on some clean clothing, and then lay down on the couch. And I'm just in recovery mode at that point. I'm just recovering, recovering, recovering. Couple hours go by. I'm feeling better. I feel very weak. It feels like my body just went through it. It feels like I had just been through heat exhaustion, overexertion, and but I never threw up or anything. So here's the second part of the story. Here's the second part. So I've survived this thing, and it's like it was pretty difficult. Harris is cooking some dinner tonight. So this is I survived my wife's cooking story. Harris decides she's going to cook some dinner tonight, and she's been getting all up into like these YouTube recipes she's been running into. So she bought all these spices and seasonings, and she's going to cook some Middle Eastern chicken kebab or something like that. She's all hyped about it. She's like, "You just relax. I'm going to make dinner tonight." Ooh. All right, box number one, Rainbow Sylveon is going to be a good pull for her. Look at that, Diane Bailey. That's some good luck on that. I like that card. So she decides I'm going to do some Middle Eastern cooking. And she makes this like yellow chicken, and it's got like this smell to it. Well, by the way, it caught on fire. So she was trying to broil it, and she had like a paper underneath it. It was like parchment paper or something. That caught on fire. So I had to pull it out of the oven and get rid of the fire for her because she was like screaming, dude. So she almost set the house on fire. So that was interesting. So I need a shirt that says I survived my wife's cooking. So we pull out, we get the fire out, and I put it back in. I set it back up for her so that it can cook without, setting the house on fire this time. And it's putting off this smell. I've never smelled anything like it before. I've never smelled anything like it, but it makes me want to barf while I smell it. It is a terrible smell, and it makes me want to throw up. Like I'm getting queasy just smelling it. But she finishes it, and she's kind of sensitive about serving me food because she never really makes anything that makes me too happy. So she really wants me to try this food out. She wants me to be, oh, that's yummy. I can feel her eyes on me while I'm eating. I'm like, oh yeah, very good. I eat her chicken kebab and get once again super violently ill for the second time that day. And that was when we missed the stream last night. I eat her chicken kebab. It turned out she had used like a seasoning called like saffron, and that was what was giving off the putrid smell. I thought saffron was going to be delicious. I thought it was going to be this new thing. We were going to enjoy it. No, it has a terrible, it smells like leather. It smells like if leather could take a poo. So it's really not a great smell at all. It's not that special. It's probably a good reason why you don't run into saffron in a lot of your food. It's because it doesn't taste that good. So, but the other ingredients for this chicken was like yogurt, onion, and lime. So here I am recovering from heat exhaustion and almost throwing up on the side of that hill. And she serves me up some kind of stinky seasoning called saffron, a bunch of yogurt on chicken. But don't worry, it also comes with like heavy onion juice and lime. And it's on chicken thigh, and it's just like, bro, dude. Your saffron was probably bad. Maybe it was. But so saffron's gross. Yogurt. Yeah, yogurt's good when you're actually feeling good. It's not good when you had like a stomach illness. So I spent the rest of the night trying not to throw my guts up. And I don't think I could if I wanted to, because it's like my body was like in this weird place where it couldn't digest the food, but it couldn't throw it up either. And the migraine returned. And so I had a migraine that was probably about as severe as I've ever felt it, like blindingly painful. It seems to be food related. I call it a Wegovy headache. So I had this blinding headache and the need to throw up, but the inability to throw up because it's like it wouldn't work. And it was just so horrendous. And I was like burping up this horrible tasting chicken. And Karis was devastated. She felt extremely bad, like she poisoned me. Yeah, it was bad. It was so bad. That was my Saturday. My Saturday was basically just me in pain the whole day. And this started around 10 p.m. And so there was absolutely no chance of me streaming. I was completely incapacitated. There was just no chance. And I told her, I was like, Karis, you have no idea how much money we just lost because I missed a Saturday stream. It's like Saturday streams are a big deal. I don't like to miss them because usually you get some pretty heavy sales on a Saturday stream. And I'm like, you, you fed me poisonous chicken and I missed my stream now. So she was pretty devastated over it. Today we didn't eat anything like that. She's like, I'm never cooking that stuff again. All this is better than working out, says J. Joe Dirt. It's so much better, Mr. J. Joe Dirt. You force yourself to throw up then. It's really easy to me. Who buys this many packs? She bought a bazillion packs. Mr. Astism, he hates pain. Someone who has money and works and not a bum. That's how I feel about it, Joe Dirt. Tossing this over here. All right, let's see. Ooh, look at that Umbreon. There we go. All right. Mr. Joe Dirt, that's a different conversation. That's a conversation about should people use weight loss drugs or not. That's a different conversation. But we could talk about that if you want. Some people act like people just shouldn't use it. And it's interesting. I think I used to pretty much feel the same as you, but I've always just had this base hunger that was too high. Always. My whole life I've always eaten a little bit too much. And when I really stress about losing weight and I work really hard, I start to lose weight. And then I go back to being jolly and then I start eating food again. It's just how it is. And I think it's just a brain chemistry thing. And this drug is meant to change your chemistry. Now, the reason why I think it's just brain chemistry is because my wife's kind of the same way, but she's too thin. So the doctors told her to gain 10 pounds. She can't do it. She can't eat food. She tries to eat it and she can't eat it. So, living with that for the last, whatever it's been, like 12 or 13 years, it makes me see that people just have brain chemistry for eating. If it was so easy to lose weight, why is like 50% of the United States obese and like 70% of the United States overweight? It's because you're fighting your normal biology. That's what it is, isn't it? It's just your normal biology. Your appetite's not broken, it's working as intended. And I think humans used to just about 100 years ago, humans didn't have enough food. So we had a very strong, hunger, motivation drive in our minds, right? So we had an ambition for food. We had a dopamine based mind for food. And only in the last 100 years did we develop like refrigeration and Oreo cookies. I don't like Oreo cookies, but you see what I'm saying? So only very recently did we develop all this food and all this easy access to it and this easy way to store it. And we have not evolved to the point where our appetites match our reality. So I actually want to try out these drugs and you see it succeeding for other people and we'll see if it works for me. That's all. But just saying, oh, why don't you just work out, bro? I think it's very similar to like telling somebody, why don't you just quit drinking alcohol? Or why don't you just quit you're depressed? Why don't you just be happy? It's like you can say that, but 50% of America is still going to be obese. We are. Ooh. And by the way, working out's not really the solution, anyways. I do a little bit of working out, right? Like I've squats. I do squats. I have weights, so I lift weights. But you don't actually burn enough calories from working out. The real issue is I eat too much, so I like to eat a lot of food, and so that's the thing being addressed. We are. All right. Just like when we were mushroom hunting, we were out there because it's a form of exercise, climbing up and down those hills. Good for your thighs. Let me move these out of the way. Where shall I put them? We'll put them over here. All right. But so that's my theory is humans haven't really evolved to live in this new world where food is very cheap and it's very rich and it's refrigerated. We only just invented that. We didn't evolve for high calories. So we're still the old brains. We got old technology in our head. Hey, what's up, Mr. Brett? Who wants a Krispy Kreme donut? Yeah, exactly. All right, that's not the price. 30. I got to set up the correct price for the Team Rocket pack. Let me do that right now, and then we're going to continue on with Miss Diane Bailey's order. We are all right. Ready? Yeah, watching my wife struggle to eat food and I'm struggling to not eat food. Very interesting. Makes you wonder. I think your brain is just hardwired to do some things, you know? All right, what shall we have? How about this guy? Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Let me take a look at this. Try swimming more, mister. It's good for the body. I will be swimming. I'm going to be swimming when the weather gets a little hotter. I'll be swimming in the lake. It's wonderful. But we are active. But the problem is I can exercise and burn 200 calories and then eat 500 calories in like 6 bites. So it's an eating issue. It's not as much of a working out issue, I'd say. I mean, it wouldn't hurt if I just spent the whole day in the gym, but I realistically I can't do that. I've got work to do. I mean, if you want me to be here or stream it for you, I can't do that. All right. Do I take a risk on this? Let me see. I don't think so. We're going to do something else. All right. Give me a second here, guys. So we're going to be doing a pack of Team Rocket, but we don't want to rush it. Okay. I think I'm ready. Just open pokies while you swim. I have babies that keep me active. They like to play a lot. It seems like Ozempic works by making eating A. Whenever I see Ludicolo, I think of Mirror B. All right. So now we're going to price up this card. I'm highly recommending. It's going to be $44 a spot for Team Rocket. I'm highly recommending getting into these vintage packs. These guys right here are a very solid way to spend your money if you're looking for value. I've come to the conclusion that we are heading toward a time period where you will no longer be able to buy into these packs, and it's not that far away. Where's my marker? Here it is. I do a lot of shopping. I watch a lot of prices. I watch a lot of content related to prices. The way I feel about things right now is we're getting very close to a time period where this will go from $44 a spot to $120 a spot. We're this close to hitting that point. We are right on the edge of it. That's how I feel about it. Why do I feel that way? Because right now, there's other booster packs that have just now done that. When I go to try to buy other booster packs that I was very used to being able to restock, I go to buy them, and they're all over 1,000 now. This is going to be next. Packs like that, packs like the Jungle Pack. We just opened a Jungle Pack together. They're next. They're next because they've got Jungle Pikachu in it. They got Dark Charmeleon. They got cards in there where even if you don't hit the chase card, the common card will pay for the whole booster. They're clearly underpriced. Here it is. All right, Miss Diane. So that's my feelings. Vintage boosters are very solid direction to pursue Pokemon cards in. Now, if you want my best opinion on where to spend your money, I'm going to say the breaks, right? Like this is the new rare candy break Gengar Mimikyu. He's already a 10. So that's one of your best options. Best options. Same here. Look at this. Metamong Ditto card. Look at this Ditto card. I'm sure they printed a finite number of these. These are not going to be reprinted because it's a promo. It's a very unique card. It's a Ditto card that looks a lot like something out of Pokopia, where everything's a Ditto. In Pokopia, everything's not a Ditto, but Ditto transforms into a lot of the other Pokemon. So that's what I'm saying. So it reminds me of Pokopia. This is Gengar Mimikyu. You can't go wrong with that. He's gonna moon soon. Only day I need to buy a vintage booster to open with my dad again. What do you think of the negotiations of Iran and how Trump has taken on the whole world, the whole war? He needs to stop posting weird stuff, man. He posts, so we're in the middle of like a very serious war, and then he will make like the most unserious post. Like he was making fun of Bruce Springsteen and it was so mean-spirited. Trump is like he's like an he's like a very extreme personality type. He really just has one direction. He's like this horrendous bully type. like when Robert Mueller died and he said, "Good, I'm glad he's dead." Like, whoa, dude. Whoa. All right, here goes. Miss Diane Bailey. So, this is a high stakes war, and it's very important, however, the outcomes are. Meanwhile, Trump's posting like, don't miss the UFC, also crypto gambling. And then he'll make another post and it'll be like, oh, this is Bruce Springsteen before his surgery. Like, what? What are we doing? What are we doing? So I think it would be very good if he just posted a lot less. He needs to stop talking. Actually, I think what he just did was he just started fighting openly with the Pope now. The Pope's, he's kind of playing defense, I guess, for the IRGC of all people. Is the Pope getting paid? Am I getting punked? Hi, I'm the Pope of the Catholic Church. I'm here to protect Islam. Wow, this is not your old school popes. The old school popes that were like, we're gonna free the Holy Land from the Ottoman Empire or whatever it was at the time. That was old school pope. Now the Pope's like, hey, remember the IRGC? How they just murdered a bunch of people? Stop shooting them. Ooh, look at that Zekrom. Ooh, so no, it's weird, man, and I think Trump's personality would probably benefit from just shutting up a little bit and focusing on the objectives. Ooh, look at that Clefairy. And there are some big objectives. Honestly, think our president's not acting like the president of the United States. He's never really acted like anyone would expect. He acts I don't know. He acts like a 16-year-old high schooler who's got social media. But he wins, I guess. So I don't know. He became the president. He took down Venezuela pretty easily, I guess. So I don't know. Maybe it's all part, maybe it's like 3D chess. Maybe this sort of like devil may care personality type is what you have to have. Wow, look at that. Diane Bailey picking up Gengar for her MA. Very good. I'm worried though, this is all you're getting. You got 2 packs left. You already pulled the Ultra Ball. Let's see what we got. Here's Fardakuno. Ooh. All right. Yeah, we got like the Pope playing defense for the IRGC. What? We are. Is he gonna go kiss the ring of the Ayatollah or something like that? It's so weird, dude. Like, isn't he the leader of the Catholic Church? The Catholics? Here we go. Very strange. I'm sure he would love that. Showing what he did really meant something to you. Best memories. He loved us kids buying packs. Want to do it again with him before he passes. Boop. 6. I don't think you have to buy like a super expensive vintage pack. Why don't you just buy like a booster box of some modern cards? Just open up some modern cards. I think it would be the same kind of experience. Just be like, hey, Dad, open some of these modern cards with me. We are. Ultra Ball is going to be the pull this time. So, Ultra Ball is always an unfortunate pull. But in this case, you are doing okay. Oh, look. Oh, you actually got this guy as well. So, this really is just a stinky box. So, here are your ARs. I do like the Togekiss. And the MA could not be any better. It is the Gengar. All right, there you have it. So that was her box of Mega Dream. Send in those orders, guys. We're getting closer to the end of the Diane Bailey order. She needs 5 packs of Ascended Heroes now. All right, these are really expensive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should have 2 cases of the booster bundles coming in soon. And this set just continues to be pretty expensive. Hey, it's Miss Sarah Dooseberry. Hello, Sarah. Sarah, you just missed my long, Mister, do I have any credit? You just missed my long explanation for why we missed the Saturday stream. Let's see. Brett wants to know if he has Tyler Davis picture. Oh, we already took care of that. Does he have any store credit? Let's see. Ugh. It's me, Lucas. What? You need to make a TCC commentary channel. This is free content that can boost your sales and traction. TCC commentary channel. Oh, you mean like on real world events? Maybe. So here we have it. Brett Love. It looks like it's been spent. Here it is. Let's grab these. I didn't think about that. I don't know. I make a lot of content already, right? Like we do 2 daily streams. That's a lot of streams. There we go. Or maybe we could just have somebody clip stuff related to the real world. I don't know. Okay, here we go. It's good. I fell today, so that wasn't fun. We're snipping. Long line. Not that I know of yet. Not that I know of yet. Might be a short line. This is a Sunday stream, so Sunday streams don't tend to be very busy. Sunday streams tend to be pretty light. However, we did miss our Saturday stream, so I don't know. Just depends on, did people save their money to spend here, or did they already spend it somewhere else? Yeah, sometimes when it comes to Pokemon, sometimes it's almost impossible to control yourself, and you're like, I have to spend it. So if I'm not live, you guys go hit up eBay or some other thing. You guys, you ready? Have a nice night, Mr. Mike Side. Hi, Russ. How are you? Or Eclipse channel. I hear you. So maybe like Eclipse channel for the political commentary. It's an interesting thought. I don't know. I'm a little scared that my political takes will just upset people and make them not want to come here and hang out. So the politics are just a side thing. They're not really, they're not really the main focus. Ooh, nice Pikachu. I like the Pikachu. I'm going to go ahead and set him to the side. I think he's worthy of a sleeve. You are? All right. Got to keep an eye out on those hollow Pikachus. I can tell you one person who loves the politics, and her name is Six. She always turns the volume way up, and she leans forward in her chair while we're talking politics. She loves it. She's like, oh, goody, the good part. That's why she tunes in every day. Yesterday, we had a gender reveal. Who did? At work as usual, nice weather out and not too busy. I decided to try to go downstairs alone with my broken foot, and well, I took a tumble. No! Now they're going to have to do surgery on your femur. All right, I believe that's the end of the order for Miss Diane Bailey. Your 5 packs yielded you a Pikachu and a Heliolisk AR. So let's get all these together. She has also ordered shipping, and this is going to be a pretty large shipping. We all know Six keeps coming back for the Trump talk. It's her favorite part. Her favorite part. There we go. No, but somebody was asking what I thought about how the war is going on, and here it is. It's stuff's happening. Stuff's happening. Diane Bailey. It's a very interesting war because the way I see the war is the United States is very, very far ahead of Iran. Like it's not even close. They've lost their air defense, and the US can pretty much just stomp a bunch of bombs on them if they wanted. And yet there's a lot of propaganda, and the propaganda is like, well, actually, they won. So it's very interesting. This is the most insane level of war propaganda I've ever seen in my lifetime. It includes like internet memes, AI videos, like Legos and stuff like that. It's really crazy actually. And a lot of misinformation. Like a couple weeks ago, I watched Iran post a video where they showed a US um, warship explode. What are those called? Battleship or something. And that never happened. But they're telling their own people that it happened. It's like, whoa, you're just lying to your own people about your military success. Very fascinating. You are. Interesting strategy. Ooh. So Diane's got a lot. Holy. Favorite channel on the tube. Still oven in this country. I hurt myself, just scrapes, but my broken foot is all good. It's thrown me off of your channel but honestly, might as well listen to the news opinion while watching packs get ripped. Here we are. I'm not trying to take too hard line of a position on anything. All right. When it comes to me, my deeper beliefs, science and reason. That's it for me. Here we are. Let me have a sip. All right. Science and reason. All right. Excuse me. Now, what is this? Should this even be here? Huh. Let's talk about rats. Ah, yes, rat burgers, my favorite topic. Rat burger. Oh, here we go. Okay, so Diane Bailey does have a box. She's got one over here. Oh, goody. Rat burgers. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Get in my belly. Like when pigeons go coo, coo, coo. Coo, 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 choo. Let's go ahead and remove some of these. Let's set that on the table. All right, so we're going to make this bag a little bit smaller. My favorite thing about rats is how nutritious they are. No, mister. mm, so tasty, so crispy. Actually, they do eat rats in some Asian countries, but they're wild rats. They're not like pet rats. They're not pet rats. Have no fear. Maybe have a little bit of fear. Okay. When's the next mushroom hunt? Well, there could still be time to find morels, although as time goes by, you kind of lose hope to find them because they get eaten by the bugs, they get eaten by deer, they get picked by other humans, and they just rot. So you run out of time when it comes to morels. We didn't find any. I might as well get a dog now. I guess I'm getting a dog. I got to get a dog that can hunt for morels. You are. And then after morel season ends, chanterelle season begins. So you can start hunting for chanterelles after that. And last year we had a lot of success hunting for chanterelles. So we found a lot of those. I wonder if I could keep a little bit of this over here if Diane would care, or if she wants absolutely all of it. Because it would be nice if we could get it into a specific amount of units. There we go. Okay, so your box, for example, is very full. So if we could keep this over here, that'd be nice. But she's not here to tell me that, so I should just assume she wants it all shipped. Let's just do it. Thanks for not dying on us. Beef? We eat balut. I need to go to the Philippine Islands and eat a balut on camera for you guys. There we go. How's the Nami Mommy and Binder Break? Binder Break has 2 people in it, and it needs 2 more people. The Nami Mommy is more than halfway done now. It's really far along. I'm so sorry that this is taking so long, guys. Miss Diane had a $500 order and shipping for quite a lot of product. Actually, I shouldn't stop here. I should keep looking for Diane Bailey's product because she might have more. Shahir. Yeah, right here. Diane Bailey. And what about this? Jonathan Morris. Jonathan Morris. That's a guy we haven't seen in a long time. I hope he comes back. Diane Bailey. Holy, bro! Diane Bailey had more than I thought. Shahir. Shahir can go in here. Shahir again. Diane Bailey. Oh my. Oh me, oh my. Big supporter. Thank you so much, Diane. Wow, we are so lucky to have her with us. Same with Miss Sarah. She's very nice. All right. So she has a double box here. And then I believe we'll have to get a special large box for this too. I'm not sure this will cut it, but let's start putting them in here. Yeah, maybe we could leave some of these hollows behind. Well, I don't know. Maybe just get it all out in one go. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and print up some labels here. Multiple labels. Diane Bailey. That's a lot of stuff. Let me close the shipping and open it back up. We're going to refresh it. Shipping prices are going up. Our price will remain the same, though. Shipping prices are going up because the price of gas is going up. No! So much for the cost of living. It's going to go up slightly. Oh, well. Hopefully it gets solved, though, huh? They got many treats. I know your rats are well fed. All right, here we go. So, Diane Bailey. We have shipped to her before. Good. Clicking on that. And we're going to set 2 packages for her. All right. Oh, she doesn't live that far away from me, actually. That's not kind of interesting. All right. So that's calculating. While that calculates, why don't I start moving this to the shipping area, and then we're ready for you guys for your orders. If you guys are just showing up to the stream now, you missed my harrowing tale of how I barely survived yesterday. I had to survive my wife's cooking. It was very close. I almost didn't make it. All right, there we go. She tried multiple times to get rid of me. She knew if I died, she would inherit my whole Pokemon card collection. All right, we're just waiting for Diane's label to finish calculating. It takes forever. Let's see who's next. So, we're hitting refresh on Cash App. Here's a Grant J. Kwan order. Finish slab away. You got it. All right. He looked at slab away and said, wait, I'd rather like to keep that slab. Yes, the February Ekans and Geodude. Okay, let me grab this. These are pretty underpriced now, aren't they? You got a very nice deal on them. Okay, let's see where they are at. Uh-huh. Who would have thought? Aha! Oops, those are almost certainly underpriced now. Good morning from Sweden. Yo, Swede! I have a question. What are your thoughts on Rayquaza? It's the first ever Rayquaza card printed. Do you see it passing 20K? I think it will pass 20,000 crones. There. Ooh. Look at that. 500 and 700. This card on my right hand should probably be close to 1,000 now, if not worse. And this should probably be about 1,000, if not worse. Pretty good. All right, these are yours now. They don't require the sleeve anymore. That binds them together. Grant, I'll go mark this as completed. Thanks, man. And now I have 600 more dollars. Boink. Wow, I really don't have that many slabs of that nature to sell anymore. They're really sold through. So what do we have? Oh, look at that. That's actually pretty decent. This is vintage Porygon from the vending series. That's decent stuff. Here's a vintage Magneton 5 from Dragon. Here's a vintage Illumise from Sandstorm. Here's Shanks, because he's going to shank you. And here's Coughing, Coughing, Coughing. So we got a couple cards here. It's currently in auction at 8K. Let's see. Guess what is worse than the mom's cooking? Dad's stubbornness. Hold on, let's see. So you guys have the Krona. What's 20,000 USD to Krona? I think that the Rayquaza is going to 186,000 Krona for sure. All right, so thank you for that. Today I spent money with Nintendo, Care Spot, Pokemon Fire Red. She's been playing it. She played it for 7 hours today. Here's Miss 2 live customs. All right, 2 lives. Ready? Live costume time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. This is for 6. Good luck. She's buying 2 lives. 1. Ooh. And 2. Ooh. You got a Pokemon Go holo. That's kind of neat. Thank you for your insight. All the Pokemon cards seem to be getting pretty expensive these days. The question is, when does it ever bounce back? That's the question. All right, 1 Pokemon Go. I mean, if it graded 10, you could probably sell it for $50. Right? There we go. Ooh, dude, one day I never saw that banned Pokemon episode with Porygon. I never saw that one either. Now, I believe I've been asked by Mr. Albert Austin to get this card sold. This card's coming up onto the table as consignment. Make sure I read his name right. Okay. Hoping I read that right. And that, because his email name is Albert Austin. So I'm hoping this is actually his and not a name mismatch kind of situation. Albert Austin. Put a C in the front. Get a price tag on it. This is a consignment slab now. I think he said he needs to sell his slabs for medical reasons. Good morning, mister. It's Mr. Marius. Hey, what's up, Mr. Marius? It's me, Marius. Do-do-do-ba-do-boo. Say 10. Pikachu 028. Let's say Pikachu Go, maybe. Click. So the price on Pikachu Go Pikachu, let's get the cheapest one. The price is, it looks like the cheapest one's 150, but it also comes with $45 shipping. Let me check sold. Ended recently. Wow. So on April 12th, this little Pikachu sold for $156. That's yesterday. Yesterday, the card sold for 156 and 152. I told you guys. Pokemon Go. You didn't listen. All right. So that is officially based off of last sold. And so that makes it an extremely fair price. And now I'm very curious about my Pokemon Go price because if it's too low, I don't want to sell it. It looks like we're fine. And then of course there's English Pokemon Go. Let's see how English Pokemon Go's doing. So Pokemon Go, we have it at $18. Let's test that. Mark added Levi. Mister, there was a gentleman that wanted to know your opinion on Dragon Ball, and he asked a couple of times. Didn't know if you covered that yet. Yep. Dragon Ball, it's going to the moon. It's a cool set. I like Dragon Ball. I like Dragon Ball the way I like One Piece. I think they're both pretty good. Pokemon Go's in a good place right now. I think it's kind of cheap, actually, and I will not be changing my price. All right. Thank you, Miss Six. Next up, Mark J. Valerian. He says to give away to a special lady, because I'm a simp, for a box of Pokemon Japanese Future Flash. And here's $5 to give out as credit to one lucky guy. And here's $5 for you to get yourself something nice from the vending machine, like a Twinkie. Oh, thank you. That's exactly what I needed, is a Twinkie. What? I thought you were buying me a smoke. I was going to do a live smoke on stream kind of deal. All right. So to a special lady. Do you just mean to any lady in the stream? Is that what you mean? A box of Future Flash? Let me go grab a box of Future Flash, everybody. I don't mind selling a box of Future Flash because I swear we never sell those. I'd love to see a box of Future Flash get opened. Thank heavens for Mr. Mark. All right. I see my morning brain doesn't work. Sent $30 for Poke Shuffles, but wrote live custom. Marius doesn't want the live custom. He wants Poke Shuffles. All right, Mr. Mark, you're going to get like biggest simp roll or something like that in Discord. So we're going to start you out at 475 down here, and then it's going to jump to 575. All right. So you're up to 575. How many girls are in here? If you're a girl, speak up. I know Six is a girl. How about you, Sarah? You in here, Sarah? You watching? What girls do we have? I see my morning brain doesn't work. Six is here. I live with a girl. Sarah's in here. Cody says me, 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 me. Tyler says, unfortunately, I am not. Cactuar Queen, is Cactuar Queen here? I don't think Diane Bailey's actually here. I think too many dudes. Oh man. The illustrious Mr. Mark is donating a box to ladies only. So since I'm only seeing two girls, Sarah, you shall be odds, and Six, you shall be evens. Okay. Got that, guys? Odds and evens. Here goes. Lands on an even. That's going to be for Miss 6. Whoa. 6, you just got a box of stuff. Holy dude. All right. Congratulations. This is a gift from Mr. Mark. So don't forget about him. All right. You ready? Wow. Popping this open. Geez Louise. I'm about to put a wig and some lipstick on. Oh, you just get whole booster boxes if you're a girl? Yeah. I mean, I don't know about boobs, but I got man boobs. Does that count? Ow. Sim. There's something very cozy about watching you stream. Yeah, is it all the screeching? Mom! All right, here goes. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, though. Those are nice words. Everyone I identify as is a woman. We're not only dudes here. All right. I mean, if the lights are off, we are. Snipping this. So 6, let's see if you have a very lucky night tonight. Snipping this. Mary could have been here. Mary's not here. That's on her. It's Mary's fault for not being here. There you go. Okay. All right. Snipping this. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very nice. What if we had an official ladies' night? Would you guys like that? An official ladies' night? What do you think would be the best night for a ladies' night? Maybe Friday? Now, Friday should just be reserved for sales because everyone wants to open cards on a Friday. I don't know. It's a good question, actually. Maybe AI would have a good answer to the best night for ladies' night. Just getting some more sleeves here. Give me a minute. I want a ladies' night, lol. Would want more ladies here. We are. Maybe it would attract some more ladies. Maybe it would just attract guys pretending to be ladies, like catfishing, you know? I'm definitely a girl. Some guy would get his like girlfriend or wife and be like, "You got to join TCC stream. He's giving out free stuff to girls. Don't mention me." Here's oh yeah, baby. Wednesdays is the most ladies' night here. Oh, Wednesdays you say? Wednesday Dales. Don't feel my face or try to tickle my pickle. That would give it away. Oh, here you are. Iron Hand or something like that. I don't remember his name. That will be your SR. Let's hope for a good AR. Okay, here we go. You're getting a high dragon. I don't know his name though. It's a little high dragon. Meow 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 meow. Not even Wednesday, Dale. House mouse or something like that. What happened to you, Pokemon? Pokemon used to invent like good Pokemon. Now they invent house mouse. Yeah. We used to get Raticate. Now we get house mouse. Yeah. Here's a cold one. Here's a cold one. Here's ooh. You know, I don't hate the ice cream cone, actually. Did you guys know that? Pokemon with the flying ice cream cone? That's chill. Mousehold is a banger. Is it really? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. All right. Scooby-Dooby. Volcarona. And there you have it. So that was not the chase box of Future Flash. Maybe the next box. All right. We need more cacti. It's Cacti Queen. 6 likes all the rats. I'm a girl when I tuck. Good thing I don't tuck. Oh my God, bro. Okay, here we are. Here's Altaria. Alakazam Mega Evolve and use your spoons on the ice cream. Yeah, I suppose one way to defeat the ice cream cone is to just eat it. Seems like a rough way to go. All right. Gallade. Rare. Whoa. Scary. Code. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. This is Miss 6. I appreciate it too, Mr. Mark. He said to give $5 out to you guys and for me to keep $5. So there's a bit more to this giveaway, actually. There's a little bit more. Might attract Louis, to be honest. What? All right, here we are. Miss 6. Oh, my waifu pillow says all good. Yeah. Bag's getting kind of fat. If you ever want me to remove those hollows, let me know, Miss 6. Although I know you like to keep the Chinese ones, which maybe I should just go ahead and sleeve those for you. All right. So this price on this Pikachu is based on last sold. It sold twice in a row for $150. That's the correct price, believe it or not. Here's an Arcanine 9, Squirtle 10, Moltres 8.5. That's a pretty cool card. Here's the Manganami at 18 out of 32. If you haven't jumped in there, it's getting pretty close. Here's a little vintage Kangaskhan. All right. So $5 to you guys and $5 to me. First of all, thank you for the $5. Now, how should we do $5 for everybody else? I guess, hmm. Doo-doo. Ba-doop-be-doo. $5 is kind of like the same as a free Pokey Shuffle, right? It's the same as a free Pokey Shuffle. He said one $5 giveaway. What if we did this? What if I actually spent it on the Pokey Shuffle, and if it pulls nothing, it's over. But if it pulls a slab, we begin a whole giveaway on that slab. We could do that. Because what are you going to spend the $5 on anyways? I don't know. Just put it in my Pokey Shuffle order. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was going to say like $5 is one Pokey Shuffle. Okay, Minister. Oh, perfect. Okay, so Mark says okay to that. All right, so this is for the audience. Might be a slap. One, two, three, and 1. This time a cold one, but it's still the thought that counts. Mark gave that to you guys. If it had pulled a slab, we would begin a giveaway on that slab. All right, there we go. Very nice. And we did add that to the giveaway scoreboard. So we know that you gave it away. Thank you very much, man. Who's next? We got an order for Mr. Marius. He wants 6 Pokey Shuffles. Mr. Marius. Oh, my. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, yes. We got a couple of cold ones. Darn. Sorry, man. How much room do we have in that box, by the way? Oh, I can start adding some cards to the cool. So I can add cards to the Pokey Shuffle right now. What do we got? Here's the Oscar giveaway, by the way. He's also doing a giveaway, so keep an eye on that, people. That was kind of cute. That's kind of cool. Ooh, that's almost too good, isn't it? Misty's Gyarados. I think I'm going to do 50 on that one. I really like that card. This card right here. Misty's Gyarados, guys. Got to be one of the coolest hollows released in a while. It reminds me of the past, right? Gym Heroes. But it's the future now. And that one's going up in here. I like that one a lot. So he's getting a premium. You know, it might not even be a premium. I don't know what he last sold for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Although we did just price it. I might have been lazy and I might have just priced it on a whim, which I do that sometimes. Okay. All right. Very good. Such a cool pull. Let's get a vintage card up in there too. So this is $40 Kangaskhan. That's going to be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kangaskhan's going in. This is going to say number what? 115. Number 115. Kang Ask. We're going to say T6. All right. It's a cool one. Nice $40 pull. Nice vintage card. Going in. Now, if that was a PSA 10, you know how much that would cost? Like $1,000 or more. Nowadays, you don't even know. It might be more. Really crazy prices these days. We're checking the website next. Happy Sunday night, everybody. I hope you had a good weekend. I had a very rough Saturday. So over here we have an order from Nathan Norman, 2 spots in the pack split. That's right. The new pack split has begun. It is the Team Rocket pack split. And I went on a spiel when we priced it up. I said, please enjoy these while they last, because I seriously think these are going to the moon pretty soon. They're going to dry up. I think they'll dry up. The loose ones will. I'm seeing that happen to other vintage packs as we speak. They're drying up, which is kind of like this event I knew was going to occur. Oh dear, this marker's going bad. Okay, marker's almost dead. Trying to get the most out of it so I don't have to buy a new one quite yet. 2 spots are done for the Team Rocket break. Thank you so much. All right. True, everything is up. You got to imagine these are being opened and they're not being reprinted. So they're going to run out of those pretty fast. All right, now I've got this slab that appears to be abandoned, but we're going to check it first. So that is my next step. We're going to check an abandoned slab. Okay. Let me check over here. This guy was last here, says in February of this year. Okay, he's good. He's good. He's not going anywhere. All right. That's why we check. All right. Actually, looks like he took a long break from the channel and he just came back. What did he do? Oh, he kind of came out of nowhere in February. So he had been gone for a long time and he came back and wait, is it the same guy? Yeah, it's the same guy. He came back in February. He probably doesn't even know he still has the slab. Now, here is another one from a Mr. Alan Ruiz. Here goes Alan Ruiz. We're going to check this one. Alan Ruiz was last here on 7/24, which is what this says. So this one's mega expired. It was a year old in 7/25, and now it is 4/26. So this one is just going to be gotten rid of. New Stadio, new slab. People abandon slabs just like they abandon bags. I guess this card was like not very important to him. Maybe it's because it's just some kind of goofy Final Fantasy card. Usually nobody really abandons anything really good, you know. But I don't know what the price is at. Mustadio, huh? I don't know. Let me see if I take a picture of him. Do 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 do. And then we're gonna move on to the next order. He's not a particularly expensive raw card. Let's try this. Mustadio 118R. None for sale. That doesn't surprise me. Let's try looking through all of them. It took me to like tires or something. So I just get to make up a price, I suppose. Let's make it really cheap. We're gonna really cheap for pristine. Let's go with $45. All right, there it is. Mustadio, he's back up on the table. He's been abandoned for like a year and a half. Here's Tyler Franson, Mega Dream Korean. All right, the next order is Mega Dream Korean. I'm gonna go get a box of this unless it's sitting right here, which it is. Wait, is that the Japanese version? Darn it. That might be the Japanese one. I thought it was right next to me. Let me go get a Korean one. All right, Mr. Tyler, you ready? Let me look. Oh, yeah, that's the Japanese one. Sometimes I keep a spare box, you know. All right. Ooh. Mustadio pistol wielder. Yeah, is that what he is? Cool. Cool, bro. It's a Final Fantasy card. And he must have bought it or something and then just abandoned it. You should have your language differences down by now. Anayu. Simida. There we go. Whoa! That guy, that little insert flipped like 5 feet in the air. All right, here goes. Tyler Franson. What's up, man? Mr. Tyler, what can we pull for you tonight? He saw Diane Bailey open one of these. He said, wait a second, I want to try that. Wow, these boxes are so open now that she shipped out. Big empty boxes. All right, we've got. Ooh. Ho-Oh. I'm just happy to be here, says Tyler. Here's Ho-Oh. Here's. The Korean cards are a lot of fun because you can afford to open so many of them. Take a look at the whole Korean menu. You'll be surprised to find booster packs as cheap as $1.50 a pack. People talk about how unaffordable Pokemon cards are when you've got $1.50 Korean packs. And yeah, even though they're so much cheaper, the hits are also cheaper, but that doesn't mean you've lost anything. It's because you paid less for it. So you can enjoy the same hobby. And yes, the hits will be less valuable, but that's just the nature of it because you only paid $1.50 a pack. So again, like relative to the other languages, you didn't do bad. It's just how it works. And so I think it's very fun. And in fact, there are some Korean hits that are so desirable that people are happy to pull them. Like, what if you open Blue Sky Stream and you pull the Rayquaza VMAX out of that? Does anyone ever imagine that? It's actually pretty cool. It's one of the reasons why it's still on the menu. I like that set. We've pulled it before. It's a really cool pull. There we go. Here's, oh, you're going to pick up your MA here. Absolute Snow. Now, you picked up the walkie-talkie back there. That could be your other hit. Hopefully not, but it's possible. Oh, look at you picking up the Zekrom. It's not bad. So you pick up a little Zekrom AR. I don't really feel like there's a point to sleeving all these EXs. I really don't. We are. Like this Genesect, I feel like he could just go in the pile with the hollows. There it is. I always come to this conclusion while opening these. This guy needs a sleeve, right? All right, one more packet. This could be a hit or the walkie-talkie's your hit. Oh, you are getting another. Nice. Here's a little Rayquaza, too. I think he's actually sleevable. So you pick up Girl Who's in Yellow, just like the previous game. The Magnemite Girl. Love you long time. Love you for a partial amount of time. All right, let me put this in my Korean cards box. I do that because I use those for the Poke Shuffle. And so we go through those constantly. All right. So yes, I did not sleeve up Pheasantipede or Electros. I don't think you should. That's Canary. I knew that. No, I didn't. You know what was worth sleeving? Probably this Rayquaza. He was probably worth sleeving. But it looks like you got a nice Canary and a nice Zekrom and a Zekrom. Mad Cargo's okay. Frostlass is okay. Mischievous is okay. There you have it, Mr. Tyler. Thank you so much, man. Happy Sunday night, you guys. Are you ready for Monday? I'm not ready for Monday. Not Monday already? What's that song? Rainy Days and Mondays? How does that song go? Rainy days and Mondays always got me down. Something like that. Here's Tyler Franson. All right. She's a video game streamer. What? No way. I'm a video game streamer. Here's Mickey Mouse. Oh, yes. Rayquaza. Slowpoke. Rapidash. And Nisa. It's Nisa. That's how you say it. It's Nisa. Nissan. Being in the future sucks. Already Monday here. Shake my head. I'm sorry. Collaboration with P fans. Gundam unboxing. Hello, my name is Joey, and I work with JP fans. That helps global fans purchase authentic Japanese product. I've been following your content and really like your style. Your audience seems like a great match for the kind of products our community loves. Is this real or is it just a scam? I'm going to delete that. I never trust those. All right, next up we have Miss Six. She's been waiting a little while. 3 of the 151 Chinese surprise supplies. Ow. Here you are. 10 more minutes of Sunday. I'm soaking it up. Yeah. It's not over yet. All right, what we got? Miss Six. Sleep. Gonna play Pragmata. What's Pragmata? Is that one where it's like a lesbian night or something? I know there was some sort of outrage over that game. Here's Arachu. Come on, 6. Oh, wheezing. There we go. Pragmata. Miss 6. Ugh. Do 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 do. Ooh. What's the best Chinese set? I really don't follow their set list compared to US Japanese. You just watched it. You just watched it. Chinese surprise. We have it on the menu for $6 a pack. That's a really good price. Competitive pricing there. $6 a pack. 151 Chinese surprise. Chance for Pikachu Gengar in there, although we never seem to pull it. All right, let's have a sip. You know what, Matt? You know what? I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about that game that has like a little blonde girl in it, aren't you? Hold on. Pragmata. You said it was by Capcom? Because I'm getting oh my god. I'm getting so many commercials for that game. Karis and I saw that commercial together, and we both immediately noticed blonde-haired, blue-eyed little girl with an adult man. It's so weird, dude. Why is everything turning into this? Like, there's the Walking Dead thing. There's Pragmata. There's what am I trying to think of? There's a lot of shows running this archetype where it's like a little girl with an older man now. Uh, Last of Us was probably one of the earliest major franchises to be doing this sort of strategy, but it's popping up a lot. Let me try and think of another one. I can't think of another one off the top of my head. You know, there's just it feels like there's a lot of franchises doing this. Spy Family, maybe. You know, the dad and the little pink haired girl. Um, yeah, it's very weird. Oh, Stranger Things. Stranger Things did it with the little blonde haired, from the family with the boy Mike. I don't even remember their names. I'm already forgetting it all because I don't want to remember it because it was so bad. Yeah, it's just super weird. Super weird. All right, so that is 6. Thank you, 6. Joseph Smith, 1 Pokey Shuffle for Joseph Smith. Don't worry, Joseph. I'm actually going to do the order and not forget about it. Too much of that, man. Too many. Let's get an adult man and a little girl together. We need a Spy Family game. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Ice Q10 popping out for you. That's a snipe. Did you guys see that? He's pulling that for $5. All right, let's see what you get. It's pretty weird. I find it weird. Too many games of that nature. Let's see. Ah, is this it? P10? Yep, that's it. All right, very good. Joseph Smith. So, Joseph, what are we doing? Are we re-rolling this or are we, ooh, it's at $50, huh? Are we re-rolling this or are we going to keep it? That's PSA 10 Ice Cube. Oh, it's a fire type Ice Cube. Is he still watching? Let's see what other slabs we got to look at, huh? Doo-doo, Scooby-Doo. I'm going to pull this up here while we're waiting for his answer. And it says Alexander Jimenez. Alexander Jimenez. Okay. What do you think? Are we keeping this Ice Cube? Here's a Coeli Jimenez. I don't think he's here. I think he fell asleep. When people fall asleep, they automatically receive the slab. We don't re-roll it. Let's see. This appears to be very old, perhaps. Set that back up there. All right, Joseph Smith isn't responding. Let's put this in here and say his name on the back, Joseph Smith. There we go. Very nice. Congratulations to Joseph. Next up, we have Jose Trevino, 10 Pokey Shuffles. Oh my gosh. The other guy just pulled a hit for $5. What if you miss? You don't get anything for $50. Wouldn't that suck? All right, we got 1, 2, 3 to the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Itch my nose there. 11. All right. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, King Gambit's coming out. All right, King Gambit it is. So you are striking some luck. Let's go grab the King Gambit. Blech. Let's see. Okay. Oh, here it is. Ha ha. Oh, very nice. So we can keep them or we can bedtime. What are you talking about? 6? 6, you can't go to bed. You're going to miss the Oscar giveaway. We are. Jose Trevino. You can re-roll it or keep it. Man, I'm so tired of this song. I've heard it like 1,000 times. Skip. Oh, because I've heard this exact soundtrack a million times. Actually, let's listen to this. Oh, well, never mind. We just got to hit 40 likes. That's all. We got to hit 40 likes, just like usual. There it is. King Gambit. Is he there? The lucky nose itch. Yes. Oh, he says keep. You got it. Yes, sir. I missed it. Oh, this marker's so dead. All right, let me go get a fresh marker, guys. I'll be right back. It just takes a second. Let me get a new marker. All right, here we are. Wait, did my music stop? No, it didn't stop. It's just a little quiet. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Let me get another one. That wasn't part of the plan. Give me a second. I brought in 2 more just in case. Okay. All right. Oh, no. Have they all gone dry? Did they do that? Oh, there we go. All right. Throw all these away. We got a working one. It's hard to read that, actually. Okay. Put that over there. Woo! That's close. Okay, let's check out the orders for tonight because we might have just caught up on the orders. Yes. Let me hit refresh. Mister taking his Sharpies for granted. Time for a new pack. Right in blood, mister. There is a Cardconomist blood card out there somewhere. I wonder who has it and what he's doing with it. All right, so that's it. There's no more orders in the queue. We're caught up on orders in the queue. So I think we should take a minute, jump over to the binder break. It's very full. It's like it's too full, essentially. There's too much already in it. But we're going to try and add a little bit more to it. And what shall it be? What shall it be? Didn't I bring some stuff in here? Oh, I put it over here, didn't I? All right, what do we got here? Ooh. Bunch of hollows, bunch of hollows, bunch of hollows, bunch of hollows, some vintage, some of these. Cabranth, Charmeleon, bunch of this. All right, so it's probably going to be some hollows. 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to be 5 hollows. You have 6. That's going to be 6 holographics from a yellow border time period going into the binder break. Okay. The binder break, it's pretty full. It's got a lot of stuff in it already. Let's go ahead and sleeve these up. I think you got cloned. I'm very interested in cloning. Are you guys interested in cloning in real life? I think humans should be cloned. We are. All right. We're capable of cloning cats and dogs. Why can't we clone humans then? Humans should absolutely be cloned. Just got the tell. Especially when you have a very good specimen. Specimen. Ah. Palm Beach Pete thinks clones are the future. Who's Palm Beach Pete? Yeah. All right. A clone is a bit more selfish than a love child you had with somebody. So there we go. This is getting a little bit fatter. Good. You cannot take those hollows for granted. The hollows we just put in that bag, you can't take those for granted because those are getting older, harder to obtain. Those ones we just put in were like 5 years old already. And when they grade 10, they go for a lot of money now. First time order. If you're watching the stream and you've always thought about placing an order and you haven't yet, why haven't you done it? Look, we got some free cards for you. You got Darkrai and a Pidgeot. Those are free on a first time order. Check out the website to see how easy it is to place an order on a Pokemon card. You can use custom order to buy a variable amount of something, like you can send in like $24 for this Rayquaza with custom order. Or you can just go through our menu and look for a pack to open, whatever you want. Palm Beach Pete, you mean Epstein in a wig? Who's Palm Beach Pete? Here's Shuppet. Look at that Shuppet. Here's Snorlax. He's cool. Here's Sabo. All right, let's get some tens to the front here. Here's, Top Frozen and Lapras. Palm Beach Pete, huh? Okay, let's take a picture, shall we? Do, 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 do. We're scrolling out of here, scrolling out of here. I just closed a whole bunch of tabs. Now we're going to open up Discord. As you know, we take pictures of all of our stuff so that you can later go shopping for it in our Discord server. Here it is. So we're going to take a picture of this round. Camera's a bit blurry. Listen, blur it. Is a clone a he or a she or a we? Are some Gen 3 Pokemon slabs on the table? Gen 3. Maybe. There we go. I forget exactly what's in Gen 3 sometimes. There we go. Shuppet is an S. Snorlax is an S. Sabo is an S. They all go in the Z box. And this goes in the A box. Good. Now we have a bit more room for some new Pokemon slabs. Let's go ahead and delete some of these. Actually, I got a little bit of work I can do other than pricing up slabs. But here's an order real fast with Mr. Carlos. Hey, what's up, Mr. Carlos? How about that short wait time? When the queue is empty, the wait time goes pretty close to zero. So if you enjoy very short wait times, waiting just a couple minutes, now's the time to order. Carlos says 2 Nikkei Precious and 151 Surprise. All right, imagine pulling Pikachu Gengar out of here. That's why that one, it keeps selling now, and it's going to keep selling in the future. It's just way too cool. Here it is. Palm Beach Pete. I'm going to have to buy another one of these. I actually made a deal today with a gentleman on eBay, and I wanted to buy some expensive items from him. And he and I were talking, and look at that one-pack snipe for you, Mr. Carlos. Picking up a Vileplume. Nice job. How about this? I managed to get him off of eBay. This is why, if you guys are serious about Pokemon, you need to have an Instagram account. Oh, so lucky, Mr. Carlos. Look at that. Wow, picking up a star card. I know someone who sold over 75% of his collection after the news about the strait. Really? That doesn't really make sense to me. Mr. Carlos, it's not the end of the world. The, people can ship stuff other ways. It's just slower. So, it costs more to use other methods. And the straight's annoying, but I think it's a short-lived extortion by the IRGC. Mr. Carlos, for example, today I heard Mr. Starmer came out from the UK. And when the war started, the UK was real shaky about it. But they came out today, and he had some really harsh words toward Iran about how it's unacceptable that the strait is closed. So, if the NATO allies start piling in to beat up on Iran, it looks even more and more toast for them. But I don't even think NATO's really necessary, considering their air defense is pretty much gone. You can send your B-2 bombers really high up in the sky and just pound them forever. That makes zero sense. Why would somebody do that? What does Pokemon cards have to do with Hormuz? They think it's the end of the world or something. Not bad. You are a mister. What was I talking about? I got distracted. I was talking about something. I don't even remember what I was talking about. I've heard that word Strait of Hormuz so many times. All right, let's see. It's a little shipping waterway, and all of the Arab countries that touch that water use it for shipping. But Iran thinks that it should be able to extort everyone $2 million per ship to use it. Why should they be allowed to do that? Because if you don't pay them $2 million, they'll explode your boat. So, you know, how long is that going to last? How long are people going to put up with that? We are. All right, here we go. Ooh, look at that, Kyle Gray. They're saying we'll let you pass. We won't blow your boat up for about $2 million. So they're holding it hostage like the mafia, which is one of the reasons why no one ever liked them in the first place, because they do that kind of stuff. Making an Instagram with the topic of Pokemon. Yes, sir. That's what it was. Yes. So you need to create an eBay account and have an Instagram account of the same name. Very important, I feel. Very important. All right. So this shall say 25th. But, anyways, I pulled him off to the side and we worked out a really good deal on some pretty expensive, ungraded Japanese vintage cards. So for this card, we need the reverse hollow price. This is not just a holographic Kyogre. This is the much harder to pull reverse hollow version of the card, right? So I try to teach you guys about this. When this set came out, you of course could pull the hollow Kyogre quite easily, but the reverse hollow was not a standard pull. It was a hit. So this is why I like the reverse hollows from this set. And I kept some, obviously. So it looks like the cheapest one is about $132, followed by 150 in the US. 150 in the US. I'll copy the Canadian one. We'll do 130. I think it would be cool to clone my PP onto a mouse like Mr. Garrison did. Yeah, Mr. Garrison did it. I remember. Am I late or am I early? Let's see. We're 93 minutes in, and it's 2:08. There's still a good chunk of time left, at least over an hour, I'd say. All right, so this is going to say Kyle Gray 130. Starmer is a flop. I don't know what to think of him. Some people really don't like him. It is. Ooh, we've got Imposter Professor Oak. It's complex, because if you want to beat up on him on the issue of like immigration, the royal family itself supports a lot of this immigration, anyways. So it's like maybe that's the direction Britain wants to go. That's their right. They can do whatever they want. And I don't know. The people will choose what they want in a democracy. It is. All right, we got Imposter Professor Oak. So look at this. Let's see. Oak 004. I think the bigger travesty, is that the right word? Travesty? The bigger travesty in places like the UK and Germany and France is the tax rate is so high, it quite literally chokes out all of your innovation. Anyone who wants to get rich, they're going to be looking to leave. They're going to say, I'm out of here, baby. I'm going to a country that lets me succeed. You know, success, pay. Some people are very money motivated. I think I'm money motivated. And so I like to work hard because I'm going to get paid a little bit to work hard. You know what I'm saying? So you work hard a lot, and then you get paid more. So there's people in this world that are truly money motivated, and they often create businesses or do some kind of service, and they're calculating the math and they're going, wow, I really get F'd in the A here. Maybe I could get over to the UAE, to Qatar. Maybe I can get over to the United States and or even Australia. You compete with Australia too. Australia, I think, was slightly better tax wise. For example, in Australia, when you pass away, your children get to just inherit your wealth. But in the UK, there's like this really expensive inheritance tax, and it's like 50%. So you've already paid 50% of your income, and then when you die, you lose another 50% of whatever remains. And so some very wealthy people leave the UK for Australia for that reason, because Australia doesn't have that same rule. And even though they have, progressive tax rates, even though they have socialized healthcare, tax 50% of your income, they don't have the inheritance tax. So people get out of the UK to go live in sunny, warm Australia and save perhaps millions of dollars. And then the UK's got a population issue where they're decreasing in population, going, hey, where's everybody going? All right, let's see. I got y'all tonight. Sold out all 3 events, mister. Just know, and I managed to make it to the stream. I traded tacos and 100 for a fan UPC today. Nice. Congratulations, man. I'm so happy for you. Here's why not. And here's once you get really, really good at it, you got to hire somebody to do some of your work for you. And if you can get them to do your job like 70% as good as you can expand your productivity until they get caught like smoking or something like that, and then you get blown up. You have to you have to fire them or something. It's really sad. Here's Dark Tyranitar, and why not? You don't get taxed 50% of your income. You do though. You do. After a certain amount of income, you get taxed 50%. And so for example, Miss Cactuar Queen, if I moved over there, a lot of my income would be taxed at 50%. And it's higher than you think it is, Cactuar Queen. I try to show this math for it. So it's like probably like 47%. They never actually do 50 even on the head. They always do like 47 or 46 or something like that. They try to make it look like it's not 50. But then when you spend the money, you get taxed a second time. So when you get your income, you get taxed on that. But then when you spend your income, you get taxed when you spend it. So it truly is 50. And it's like a trick that they do. All right. So it's quite bad. We're gonna say Black Deck Kit. You ready? Here he is. Is this hollow? We don't want the hollow one. We want the non-hollow. What's our number? 011? Okay. Oh, there's none available. Okay. So let me check sold maybe. I live here. There's no such thing as a 50% tax. So it looks like this card last sold in March, end of March, for $55, and then there's no more for sale. Tell me what the federal tax brackets are in Australia. Okay, we'll ask AI. I could be wrong because it's been a while since I've checked. Actually, I thought Australia was a high tax place, but it will remind us. Here it is: Australia federal tax bracket. Okay, so it says here you do have a 45% tax rate. You have to be making 190%, 190,000 AUD. Can you show me this tax bracket again, but put it into USD so I understand it? Okay, you ready? So if you earn between 89% and 125%, it already kicks up to 37, pretty high. And then after 125,000, you're being taxed at 45%. So this means any really successful person is paying almost 50% taxes. And you'd be surprised how many people fall into that group. All your doctors, all your lawyers, anyone doing anything important is now paying 45% income tax. And then when they go to spend their money, they pay tax on that too when they go buy stuff. Okay, you ready? So when I say 55, we're going to make it 65. So I'm going to take it all the way up to 65. I know I'm a madman. Here's why not. The income tax you're talking about is not applied to all of your income. Oh, really? The top tax rate of 45% kicks in much earlier at 125,000. There's also a 2% Medicare tax on top, making the effective tax rate 47%. High earners in Australia pay significantly higher tax burdens compared to America. If you want, I can run a direct dollar for dollar comparison. All right. Actually, wait. Yeah. All right. It's going to tell me how much more taxes I would pay over there. I don't know, Miss Cactuar Queen. Maybe there's a part of it I don't understand. Maybe you can inform me. PSA 9, why not? Reverse unified. All right, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. There is not one for sale. I'm just going to come up with the price. This is from 2019. It's a cute little wine, and we're just going to do 25, I think. Nothing unreasonable. All right, I'm gonna, I'm gonna see what I would pay over there. It might actually know. All right, let's see. Da, 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 da. This is confusing. I don't know how to read this. It's. Oh, here we go. Okay, okay. I have the number. It's quite a lot. So I would pay a lot more in Australia because this is only my income. It's not calculating my wife's income. It's just calculating the business income. So I don't want to say the number out loud because I think if you're smart enough, you could reverse engineer it and find out a lot of information about me. But so just this business alone would pay a significantly larger chunk of taxes if it was in Australia. Now the upside is that we would get free healthcare, but I don't need free healthcare. I get it from my wife's part of her paycheck is healthcare insurance. So we're pretty much already covered. So I don't need the free healthcare in Australia. I don't need it. All right, let's see what we got next. Let's see. In other words, if I sold tacos over there, I'm charging $20 a taco. 47% is wild. The queue is empty. Happy Sunday night, guys. Just a chill Sunday night. Let's go ahead and start pricing all these slabs that came back. We got lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of slabs to price up. We're 3 likes away from handing out more spots on that Gengar if you guys smash that like button. All right, Hypno. The income tax you're talking about is not applied to all your income. Could you explain that, Cactuar Queen? Because it doesn't really say that when you look it up. I get free healthcare for being a corporate slave. Nice. I wouldn't call it free. It's just they pay for it and then they give it to you as a package, as a part of your income. All right, Hypno. How do you guys feel about the government providing taxes in America? Do you think that's a good idea? Hypno 012. We're gonna hit buy it now. Okay, he's a $20 card. Pretty cheap. You clearly don't get it. Besides, personal income tax doesn't apply to businesses. It's actually I do get it, Miss Cactuar Queen, because I actually pay a lot of taxes. So I have to. It's not like something I can imagine doing. So I have to actually know the ins and out. So let me tell you what would most likely happen to me in Australia, because it already happens here in America. So as a business, you would first pay a business tax on the income of the business, and then this business, Cardconomist, would pay me a salary. So my name is Derek, and I get paid a salary by the Cardconomist. And that salary is then taxed a second time as income tax. So not only do I understand it very badly because, or very well because it's so bad for me. So first, the business gets taxed as a business, and then my income gets taxed as personal income. That's how it actually works. And it's horrendous. If you own a small business, you pay 2 taxes. Then I pay a tax because Alexis and Mike's side pay for me, or not pay for me, work for me. So that's a payroll tax. And then I pay sales tax depending on how much these cards sell to certain states. It's called like a nexus or something like that. In fact, we're correcting one of those right now for Missouri. So for Missouri, I will pay an additional almost $5,000 because we incorrectly calculated the sales of Missouri. Did you guys notice when you buy stuff, there's no tax at the checkout? That's because I pay for it later. So when you look at these prices and you check out for them, it's not $130 plus 8% taxes. It's just 130 because I'm paying those taxes. So that's one of the nice things about the pricing here. It's very easy to understand. You know, grocery stores, they don't do that. They let you figure out the tax later because it kind of tricks you, into thinking you're getting a better price than you really are. But so we don't do that here. The taxes are baked into the price. All right, so this is going to say 20. But yeah, so if I went to Australia, I would presume that Australia would charge me a business tax. And then after Card Economist pays me, I would pay a personal income tax. And that's most likely how it works because that's probably how it works everywhere. I would be surprised if it worked any other way because it's just how a system is, business tax, personal income tax. There it goes. All right. Very good. All I care about is if I ran, it's going to go bye bye or not. Bye bye. Go to bed, I ran. All right, let's see. We've got Dark Poopy Tar. We're gonna set him up for $24. All right. Yeah, I mean, if Australia has a very different tax system, that would be curious. I'm curious how that would work. It is. All right. Like you said, only part of your income goes to the personal income tax bracket. That's a very interesting idea. Yes. All right, you ready? How do you keep track of the taxes on the slabs and the lighting or the heartbreak slabs? Uh, my accountant does it for me. We are, and they get paid $700 a month to do that. General Orange and his Dorito fleet would make it happen. His Dorito fleet. All right, look at that Larvitar. Black Deck Larvitar. All right. Let's see. So I spend a ridiculous amount of time on taxes. It's one of the absolute worst parts of this. Without a doubt, is the worst part of what we do. Okay. There's always another thing to pay. And it's like, holy cow, dude, like how much does the government need? Let's see. So we're gonna say Larvitar first. 007, maybe. Let's try that. Because I didn't find it under Black Deck. Maybe there's just not one of these for sale at all. This is Rocket Returns Japanese Larvitar. That's what it is, okay? It's Rocket Returns Larvitar. Let's try this. I can't find it at all. Curious. Let me try Larvitar Rocket Returns, maybe. All right, so let's try that. So he's about 150 in English. I'll be honest. I mean, if I can't find him in Japanese, so I'm the only one selling him in Japanese, I'm going to do 150. I'm going to do the same price. So in English, he's 150, and in Japanese, 150. There it is. All right. Wait, you file your taxes as you're an employee, not the owner of the business? You have to understand how it works. So, in fact, some books will teach you this too. I'll help you understand it. For those of you who have never really done business taxes, you have to pay taxes as an entity. So this entity made a profit. The Cardconomist is an entity. It's a business, and it pays an income, and then it then pays this guy called Derek. That's me. Cardconomist, the business, pays me an employee an income, and I have to pay taxes on that. That's how it works. It's a very frustrating situation, but if you like listen to some other guys like Robert Kiyosaki, they explain small businesses pay some of the worst taxes because they pay two taxes, and it's true. Here's Anthony Rodriguez. He says for a box of 151 surprise, look at chat before opening. Ooh, okay. I'm looking at chat. Mr. Anthony. What do you got to say? 151 surprise. It's crazy that those flying black Doritos are more than some countries' GDP. Is there a certain threshold for sellers to make before they have to start reporting stuff and complicate taxes? Yeah, there is a threshold. I think it's like $12,000. There is a threshold. That's correct. So if you're making sales on eBay and they're below a certain amount, don't file. But after a certain amount, you do have to file. And you can look that amount up. Maybe it's different for you because you're in a higher tax bracket or something. I never had to do that. I had 3 businesses. Cody Hodges had 3 businesses. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, Mr. Anthony Rodriguez. What can I do for you, Mr. Anthony? I got this right here. Mods get 1 pack, please. And anyone with the rocket ball, give them a pack. Okay, anyone with the rocket ball. So who are the mods? Sign in mods. I see Alex. I see Russ. Okay, doing a quick giveaway. Now, the only downside to this is it takes a very long time to hand out 1 pack per person. Thank you for teaching me how to make some money. Oh, man, I really appreciate it. You're very nice. I'm glad you're having a lot of success with your tacos. I hope you become a millionaire, man. I think, here's the cool part about it. Now that you know what's possible, there's a pathway to becoming a millionaire. And a lot of Americans become millionaires. America is one of the easiest countries to become a millionaire in because of all the customers and because of all the logistics. Like there's a lot of suppliers. This one shall be for Mr. Alex. Here you go, Mr. Alex. Here it is. Mewtwo. There's so many people in America that really, 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 really want to go shopping and buy some tacos. And so you know, if you're willing to go provide that service where perhaps it's not being provided enough, you're just all of a sudden surrounded by opportunity. It's like, oh, damn. I was talking about how out here in Lake of the Ozarks, we don't have a lot of food out here, kind of a food desert. So I feel strongly that, I mean, we drove past a place called Papo's Pizza today, and every single spot in the parking lot was filled. It was so full, it was unbelievable. There's just not enough restaurants. So there's opportunity, especially if you look into places in America that are currently growing. So you can just like look up what county is growing the fastest, what county is being developed the fastest, yada, yada, yada. You can do that kind of stuff. All right, so this one shall be for Mr. Russ. We are. So let's see. There are four income brackets here: 16, 30, 37, and 45. To be taxed at 45, you need to be earning over 190,000 AUD, 140K USD. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So you would pay over half of your income the moment you're a successful person. The first 18K is not taxed. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about it being a progressive tax rate. That's exactly how it works in the USA. So what you're trying to say is, you know, you're only paying 37% between 89,000 and 125,000. I did the conversion to US tax dollars is like 89,000 to 125,000. So you're only paying 37% at that point. Almost 40. Almost 40 at that point. You're already almost at 50%. And then once you're over 125, you're paying only 45% on that income. That's nuts, dude. Why would you want to be a doctor? Why would you want to be an engineer? Why would you want to be a lawyer? Why would you want to be anything valuable in Australia when you can bop over to America, easily afford any of your health care, and keep like almost 20% more of your income? It's a lot of money. It's a ton of money. All right, that was for Alex. And we're gonna put it in his bag. Wait, did we already do that? Now I'm confused. Did I open two of these? Did I wait a second? Did I open two of these? That was for Mr. Russ. Here we go, Mr. Russ. All right, Tyler Davis. Because you love that career. You can love the career in the United States too. You know that, right? You can have a career in the United States and love it. We are. Why should somebody working harder than you and doing a far more complex and a far more valuable job have to give up their income? It's because of socialism. It's because they're going to take all that person's money away and give it to somebody who didn't earn it. That's the answer. And, you know, they might be chill with that. I'm not chill with it. I'd rather be here in the United States. That's why I don't want to move to Australia. That's why I wouldn't move to Germany. That's why I wouldn't move to the UK. All right. So next up, I missed it. Let's see. Pokeballs, huh? Here's okay. So here's the problem with this system is it's always better to go first as long as the hit hasn't come out. So this is we have to have a system where we don't know the Pokeballs or something, or we don't know the hits yet. So TRG and who else? Cody Hodges. Here's Cody. It's just socialism is all it is. It's just, hey, your money is not your money. You now go to work for somebody else. You don't get to keep your stuff. Sorry. Belongs to this other guy who didn't earn it. You earned it, but they didn't, but they get to have it. And it's just like, that sucks. Here you go, 6. Here's CC Collects. CC Collects, what's your name? I got help me out, CC Collects. Why do I write down on this pack for you? Let's see. Anthony. I was gonna write down Anthony Rodriguez, but you're the guy who donated it. Carlos, you're Mr. Carlos Chaveras, right? Or Carlos, we just had your order. Carlos, yeah, Carlos Chaveras. Here we go. Thank you, Mr. Carlos. Carlos Chaveras. Okay. I buy the waifus. You do buy waifus. That's correct. You buy quite a few of them. Here's Whipple. Okay, Joshua Whipple. All right. So again, the problem with this style of giveaway is it does take a while. Going to be awesome to see someone pull that Pikachu one of these days. Yes, I badly want to see that. Any other Pokeballs in here? Any other Pokeballs? Any other Pokeballs? Let's see. I don't see any other Pokeballs. There's a couple packs left. What shall we do with the remaining packs? One of these days. Oh, Sarah's going in. Here you go, Sarah. Haha. Sarah Dusenberry. Mister, the rest are for you. What? What? Well, who else? Anyone else to pop in here? I'll give one to Alexis. Since you said they're for me, I'll give one to Alexis. We gotta work on Alexis's collection. All right. All right. So I'll set these aside. Let's see what Alexis pulls. Glad to hear your business is doing well. There we go. Okay. Oh, Happy Dash. Thank you for the back. All right. Let's see. Saw those aguas you posted. Alicia Brown, Alan Doan, Alex. I'm kind of forgetting which one is this her? I think this is her. Actually, I can't remember what her name is. I think I've wrote a bag for her, and her name is just Alexis. I'll post more. I've been so busy. We are. All right. Oh my God. Alexio, Anthony Kalura. Does Anthony Kalura know he has a bag? Ah, is this it? Oh no, I don't remember. This is her bag right here. This is it. It has no name on it. And it's from 524, because that's what's roughly when she started working over here. It just says Alexis. It doesn't say her last name. She got a couple cards. Oh, yeah. See, I put this in here because she had just got that from a donation from Mark. That's pretty incredible. All right, cool. Mister, can I plug my Instagram? You probably could. I feel like if you want to do a plug, we should do it like officially, and we should discuss something like that in Discord. So discuss that real fast with me in Discord, okay? We are. I just say that because I don't want it to be a design where people just ask me in the chat and then we just do it in the chat real quick. We are. All right. I don't mind though. Saw those aguas you posted and taco. You got to rip those for you, mister. Let me set this over here. Let's have it be a thing where it's like, we talk about it beforehand. And then what I'll do is I'll actually mention you. You know what I'm saying? We are. I just downloaded it. No problem. You don't have Instagram? Oh, you don't have Discord. No, of course he has Instagram. You don't have Discord? It is. Oh, yeah, ditto. For some reason, my brain imagined us talking about it over Instagram, but I mentioned Discord. All right. So, but you can actually talk to me over Instagram as well. That works as well. All right. So, Sarah, Miss Sarah Dusenberry, here's your bag. We can talk over Instagram if that's easier for you. It is. All right. Very good. And we'll pop this back up here. Thank you, Sarah. Here's Joshua Whipple. 40 likes. When you get to me, I don't have a bag. He doesn't have a bag. That's right, because you just shipped. Here's Joshua Whipple. So this is a donation from Mr. Anthony Rodriguez. And he's been having some good luck. He runs a little taco thing at the Collected Cons, and it sounds to me like he's running a very successful taco thing. I think it's what kind of restaurant would you call it? What's the style of the restaurant? There we go. Let's see. Joshua Whipple. Ugh. Did he need a new bag? Joshua Whipple. This style giveaway is kind of neat. We're all in it together. Hey, mister, how you doing tonight? Hey, what's up, Tonka Tootsie? I think you pulled something. Did Joshua Whipple need a new bag? I think he does. Okay. So what you'll need to do is jump into the Discord server and send me a friend request. You are? All right, Joshua Whipple. Authentic street tacos, LA street tacos, Mexican, no Tex-Mex. This is going to say 4.26. There we go. But I mean, how would people actually know it's you is what I'm trying to say. Whew. There I am trying to put that bag in that box up there. Here's Carlos. Is it how does it work? So if you're at a convention, is there a food built into the building? Is there a restaurant in the building that they allow you to use like a kitchen? It is. There it goes. So that's Carlos Chaveras. Here you go, Carlos. All right. There we go. Did I make the cut? I think you did, Mr. Andy Man. Here's Six's pack. Actually, you know what I had to do? Let's just trim the tops of all these packs. Duh. There we go. Easy. So Six will actually be next. There you go, Six. I bring all my own kitchen inside. Oh, very interesting. You got a Raichu. That's pretty cute. There we go. There we go. All right. Put this here. Such generosity. I was wondering why you did not. Here's Andy Man, Andrew Martin. Oh, we got a little Nine Tails. All right, Andy Man, you got a little hit. Yes, Andrew Martin. Not just better. Also set for shipping on my slabs. I only have slabs. Oh, okay. We'll get your slab shipped out as well. Uh, your address hasn't changed, right? I should be good to just send to whatever I have on file. Here's Cody Hodges, Mr. Cody, picking up Gyarados. Gyat. All right, there you go. Tossing this over here. Okay. There we go. It's all turning around. Oh. Cody Hodges. 4.26. There we go. Little Cody Hodges here. And Team Rocket Grunt picking up Magnemite. All right, one Magnemite. So I think that means there's probably one more hit in the remaining packs. It will be the minor hit. It seems each box has a major hit and a minor hit. So if I'm lucky, I get the minor hit and it's like decent, or it could be an EX card, which will not be very good. There we are. Okay. All right. So that was a whole box of 151 donated by Mr. Anthony Rodriguez. And I'm going to snip these up. Are you ready? I'm scared. What if I pulled Pikachu Gengar, guys? There we go. Like a baby shiny. It's Mister. I sent a DM on your Discord. If you end up getting a baby shiny out of this, that would be very lucky. All right, so oh, I see. So we've been friends already. Hey, Mister, they know it's me. Haha, Ants Tacos. Oh, I see. Okay, very cool. Very cool. So how many tacos do you sell like per convention, would you say? How lucky are you getting? You are. Here's a little Dragonite. Here's a little it's gonna be Arbok. That's the minor hit. And Tangela. All right. Very, very cool. Thank you so much. I don't think I've ever met someone who said they don't like tacos. Maybe a vegan, but I don't know any vegans. We are. I think I like nachos slightly more than tacos. We are. But I think it's just because of all the cheese. 60 pounds of meat today, 60 yesterday. Woo! That's a lot, dude. 60 pounds of meat? You have to start bringing a cow with you. You'd make a killing vending at card shows. The Cardconomist, best place to buy inventory. You're probably right, Aovic. I got this very nice thing going on, the live stream, and I see the traffic you get at those events. But they don't have an event in Lake of the Ozarks. They have one in Kansas City though. What I'm doing is almost old school. It's funny. They used to complain about ripping chips. Meanwhile, you got like vendors probably making like $1 million a year at those. If you go to like the really dense ones and you're really fast and successful at it, you're probably making serious money. All right. So did I need to accept a friend request, by the way? Let's see. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Very nice. Oops. All right. I have vegan options and have a separate griddle for them and for my Muslims that cannot associate with pork. Oh, very smart. Wow, he's showing me some pictures of all the meat he buys beforehand. Very cool, man. So So what do you do when the convention's over? Is there always another card convention, would you say? I'm just curious how it all works. It's very interesting. Here's Sarah Dusenberry. She says, 2 live customs, 10 Poke Shuffles, and 5 perfect orders. All right, good luck, Miss Sarah. Nothing beats street tacos. I have vegan options. Separate griddle for them. All right. 1, 2, 3. There's like 4 to 6 a month. 1, 2. We are. That's a lot. Here, at least in San Diego, 2 cold live customs. I'm in Missouri, and we get 1 in Kansas City. It's like once a year. But they also have other various events that are similar to like a card show that I imagine people probably vend at the cards at it anyways. Like for example, we went to the St. Louis PokeCon and it was so full you couldn't move. So there's events other than Collecticon. They got other events. I don't really pay attention to it all. I just go live every night. So that was 2 cold live customs. Let's try the Poke Shuffle, shall we? Maybe some better luck in here. All right, you ready? That's it. I'm moving to San Diego. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Scholars maintain that the translation was lost many years ago. All right, let's see. Oh, oh, oh. No! All right, a pretty rough round there, Miss Sarah. That's a cold round. Woo. Cold live customs, cold Poke Shuffles. Not a good feeling. I don't like that. I like it better when they're hot. Let's see. Let's see if we can get anything in there. That's 130. It's a bit too expensive. Imposter Professor Oak can go in there. No card conventions are like 9 a.m. to 5, 6 p.m. Then I go get set up at a club. Oh, so you go to a club afterwards. Oh, very clever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There you go. What's your next move for your business? What do you want to do? How do you want to expand or improve? Because one trick is you take your profits and you reinvest it into like equipment or something like that, maybe a website, personnel. T10. There it goes. Working doubles all weekend. Okay. Did I write that down? That's actually per imposter, Professor Oak. We'll just put that in there and try to remember that. All right. In he goes. 5 perfect orders. Let's see if we can get lucky in the perfect orders at least tonight. Come on, perfect orders. 2, 3, 4, and a 5. All right. There we go. Let's see. What do we got? We got 1 little, 2 little, 3 little snips. Okay, a little snip here, a little snip there. Here's a snip, and 2 more snips. Perfect daughter. What? Going this way. Were there any record sales over the weekend? You know, I didn't hear about any record sales, record sale prices. Let me check. I'm curious. Just before we open these up, there's a guy I follow on Instagram that sometimes posts the record orders, record sales. You know, I'm not seeing anything. Maybe this weekend was finally a slowdown. Yeah, I'm not seeing any mentions of super record sales this weekend. Did you guys hear any? Here's Ma Weil and Telepathic Energy. Get a venue with the kitchen and host a big card show with all my friends. I'll probably throw a benefit show this year for autism awareness. That would be very cool. Here's Judge Chien Pao. Supreme Victor Rayquaza went for 37,000. Previous was 30,000. Wow, that's so cool. Is that the one I have? No, I have the Garchomp. Wait, I think I already heard. I think I already heard about that Rayquaza. At 1,000 followers, I'm giving away 1,000 tacos. That's a lot of tacos. Convention centers with $1 Gatorade vending machines. Here's Shinx Luxray. And here's Furfrau Mega Starmie. All right. There was a sale at my local dispensary. What? All right, we'll toss it over there. Miss Sarah Dusenberry, I think tonight has been a little bit of a cold round this time. I'm sorry, Sarah. Sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's cold. I told you about 30K one. Another one just went for 37K. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah. I had a guy asking for my he wanted my Sandstorm Umbreon. That's why I made that video. Did you guys see my little video on the Sandstorm Umbreon? He was looking for my Sandstorm Umbreon. He was like, "You got that Sandstorm Umbreon for sale?" I was like, "Uh-huh." Just I don't think he wanted to pay a lot for it though. Horchata is greater than Gatorade. Okay. Boop. Next up, we have an order from Joseph Smith. One Pokey Shuffle Snipe. All right, one Pokey Shuffle Snipe. Oh my dear God! Imagine this guy snipes another hot card out of here after that last round. I want your Garchomp level X. Yeah, that's a cool card too. That was the only one I bothered buying because I kind of figured, like, she's not known for Rayquaza. She's known for Garchomp. So I was like, that's her special Pokemon. I got the level X Charizard. I think I have two of them, in fact. And I got the level X Garchomp. And I was like, meh, I'm done. It's like 25K by now. The Garchomp is, I mean, that is the Cynthia Pokemon, isn't it? But, I should have gotten the Rayquaza anyways because people really like Rayquaza. Here's coughing, 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 and $690 Pikachu breakthrough. Is that really the price? Check it out. That's the last sold price on that. Have you given thought to the crypto sets yet? They really are pretty cool cards. They're interesting. If they sell, they sell. I really am more comfortable like selling people Pokemon cards. Here's Miss Six, one live custom. You got it, Miss Six, one live custom. I'm not opposed to making money. Let me put it that way, but I don't know. 2, 3, and 4. There you go, Miss Six. What do we got? You got Mickey Mouse. Oh boy. Not like one of the things he says. Mickey Mouse. Yeah, Mickey Mouse poker card. 6. How did you do it? You're so crazy lucky. Okay. Booster box break still going on. Yes, sir. It's a booster box break for Destined Rivals. The odds are 1 in 20. 20 spots is a lot, so it's not going to be done super fast. In China, he's Mickey Mao. Oh, is he? Shishi, ni hao. Sugar, sure. All right. I guess I haven't thought about it like that. I have to be shipped to get the code or sent through Discord. Yeah. Yeah. He asks if you work for DreamWorks. Who asks? Let's see how far along the booster box is. I don't even know how far along the booster box is. Manga, rare candy, box break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoa. That's much further along than I thought. 13 spots remain. That's much further along. It's pretty good, actually. If you think about it. For such an expensive item. All right. Thank you so much. Don't let him find out you work for Dream. Already read that. Here's Ryan Chetter. He says, hey, Pokemon Perfect Order times 10. Honestly, not sure if I still have a bag or not. It's been a while. Okay, I don't know either. We'll take a look. What's up, Mr. Ryan? Nice of you to pop on by. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10 of these. All right. Snipping time. Are we at 40 likes? We're at 40 likes. Before we go any further, since we hit 40 likes, let me set this giveaway up. Because I know some of you guys are getting sleepy. Some of you guys named 6. And I'm jumping over here. So the giveaway tonight is Oscar. That's the keyword. Okay, I've already typed it in. So just type in the name Oscar, and that will get you into the giveaway for Oscar. All right, so let's snip some more of these. And snip these. And snip this. And snippy this. Do you see Legend Maker Gengar went from 32K to 15K? Did he really? So one sold at 32,000, but he just now sold for 15,000. So it sounds like somebody got a good deal. I mean, still 15,000 is a lot of money, isn't it? Okay, ready? So 10 packs. Aurorus and Turtonator. Here's Tarragon. Tarragon. Correct. That's still insane. It's that's less than half. So you know, it shows you maybe a weakness for that card is that there are some rich guys trying to buy it, but once those guys are out of the market, the price collapses real fast. You know what I'm saying? So the number of big rich buyers pushing a price card up might be fewer than we think. But that's also a card that's easy to slip through the cracks because who even remembers Legend Maker Gengar ever? It's kind of one of those cards that you forget about. Here's Decidueye. Ooh. All right. Very good. And Skorupi. Yeah, whoever just paid 32K for it is not going to like that price of 15K. Definitely shows off some of the craziness. Here's Core Memory, Landorus, and Growing Energy. It was literally one dude from Singapore. I follow him on Instagram. The copium is kind of funny. He's rich AF and can take the L. Oh, was he talking about it? Is that how you knew about it? He talked about it in a post? Ta-da. I had a guy from Singapore who was paying off some cards with me. Oh, so you got a nice Gengar, you got a nice Talonflame, you got Tarragon, which is not as nice. Very good. Now, if you have a bag, it's going to be in the RY boxes, huh? Let's go looking. If you got a bag, Ryan Shapiro, Ryan Castillo, Ryan Chutter. Here it is. Ta-da. So you do have a bag. You probably don't know what's in it. Let me show you what's inside of the bag. We got some hollows. And we got some of these, and we got some more hollows. By the way, Mr. Ryan, did you know you can donate these hollows to instantly join the giveaway, which is a Gengar tonight? Other things you can do with those hollows, you can donate them and go into this thing called the trade break. The trade break is a specialty break where you give up some junky cards to go into it. Here it is. Today it is Gyarados 9. So you can give up your holographic cards and get a spot in the Gyarados. That's some of the new stuff we've implemented on the stream to help alleviate your bag size a bit. I love Umbreon. You love Umbreon? I like Umbreon too. All right. Thank you so much, Ryan. Really. Oh, we forgot to ship Anthony Rodriguez. We also do need to print 2 Diane Bailey labels. So let's get that done. Diane Bailey. From all the way in the beginning of the stream. Remember that? All right. We have 2 Diane Bailey labels now. Sure, I'll donate the hollows. All right. Sounds good. So we'll put you in the Gengar then. Now, Anthony Rodriguez. He's got slabs to ship. We'll let that start up, and then let's get rid of these hollows, and I'll pop you into the Gengar. Is there any new breaks that start S? The answer to that question, are there any new breaks? Yeah, so we took down 2 breaks that appear to not be moving and placed some new ones up. Neither of them have moved tonight. So people are really, really, really loving the Poke Shuffles, and they're loving the live customs. And so you're seeing a lot of movement on those. Not as much movement on these standard table breaks. But here we go. We have Ditto Metamong Project. So that's number 1. And, you know, the problem is these are right at the beginning of their journey. We got Gengar Mimikyu, the other one. So I really like these 2. And then also, let me put you over here, Mr. Ryan. There we go. And let's jump into here and give some spots away. We've got Cody Hodges getting a spot. Here you go, Mr. Cody. Number 14 shall be Andy Man. And number 15 shall be. Now, this one's been lasting a little longer because it's so expensive. Fred Ricks. There you go, Mr. Fredericks. So stick around. We may add another spot or 2 to that. What do we got next? We're going to delete these real fast. Delete. Cash App is clear. Okay. And I see Sarah sent in a big order. Ooh, very interesting. We also have this order from Lars Mellon. Mr. Lars, he wants two. Oh my God, he wants some very expensive packs. He wants 2 Evolving Skies and 1 Cosmic Eclipse. Holy dude. Mr. Lars, are you new? Is this a new guy? A new gentleman? A new gentle fellow? Grab that. We'll put this over here. Lars from Heavyweights. I'm going to move this. And I'm going to move these. Give me a second here. You're going to force me to have to look into my prices on some of those because it's been Lars here. Hey, what's up, Mr. Lars? Have we ordered with you before? Have we done an order for you before? What I'm asking is, do you already have a bag? Put that there. If you have not seen the movie Heavyweights, that's that. He says, nope. Okay, so this is a first time order. Ooh, damn, dude, you just come right in with a really big order, huh? All right. What do you think of Epoch cards? Epoch cards. What do I think of Epoch cards? I don't know. I can't, nothing's coming to mind. What are they? That's how we roll. All right. So Evolving Skies and Cosmic, those are both pretty severe sets. All right. And I may only have 1 pack of Cosmic. Yes, 1 pack of Cosmic, and then we're sold out. We're not sold out, but I'm unwilling to open a fresh box after that. So I am going to rush over here and remove the Cosmic Eclipse from the menu now. That was the last pack of that box. Those are some pretty big orders. What's interesting about those sets now is they're so expensive. You're going to want to keep all the bulk to hopefully try and get a 10 on a bulk card. So that is gone. And then we're going to go over to the website and mark it as sold out. One moment. So we'll go to all products. Welcome in. I hope you have some first time luck. You'd have to be very lucky with those packs because those packs are very tough. Let's see. We're going to say Cosmic. They're very tough. They're modern packs. I think with the prices being where they're at, you're going to see them change. We're going to mark this as out of stock. All right, we're going to hit update. What you're going to see change, people are going to be grading the commons from those sets. That's how crazy it's going to start being. Okay, back to orders. Okay. First time order from Mr. Lars, a $369 order. Wow. And we'll set that there. Good luck, man. 10K bounty. Umbreon bounty. Let's do the Evolving Skies first. The Evolving Cries. Okay. Ready? All right. So we got a little packet of sleeves here. We got Rogan Rolla. Wobbuffet. I'm sleeving the comments. Hoppip. But that's because the pack's like over $100 now. Swablu. Zorua. Reverse Hollow Floetta. And Gigalith non-hollow. It is. All right, Gigalith. Here's Copycat's got me giggling. Woo! Here's Vilas. Just a reminder, back in the day, we used to open these like 30 packs at a time for like $6 a pack. Pretty insane. So there's Floetta. All right, pack number 2. Ready? So over here, we've got pack number 2. Okay. Budgemite. Carvana. Emolga. Slackoth. Gossifleur. Burgemite. And Sharpedo non-hollow. Pain. There's only pain and tears. Here's Stormy Mountains. That guy will forever be known as the Umbreons scammer every time I see that card pulled. Oh, yeah, the guy who tried to swap it out with like a Leafeon or something. Cute little Ice Cube. I actually like Ice Cube. I think it's good design. All right, so there are the 2 packs of Evolving Skies. How do you feel about it so far, Mr. Lars? Pain is real. There it is. You end up with a Hollow Bergmite and a holographic Floetta, which are like standard pulls for this set. Yeah, I mean, you can open a whole box of these and not pull an alt art. It's kind of scary, right? Like, but you know, people still take a shot at it. You got to cross your fingers, say your prayers, hope to die, something like that. Epoch cards are premium collectible cards made by Epoch Company, known for low print runs. They are made licensed as like Disney cards. Oh, okay, very cool. Here's Cosmic. Cosmic's a bit older than Evolving Skies. Here goes. Every time I see Evolving Skies, I think about before the big Pokemon blow up with Logan Paul. I would walk into a local GameStop and the wall was filled with Obsidian Flame ETBs, Evolving Skies BP. Obsidian Flames? I mean, even then, Evolving Skies was pretty expensive. By the time Obsidian Flames had come out, Evolving Skies was already much more expensive than it used to be. So this is even older. This is Cosmic Eclipse. Yes. Here's Panchamp. Here's Drillbur. Here's Tangela. Ooh, you might have something behind that Steelix. Here's Eevee. What could that be? It looks like a GX card from here. Ready? So Steelix is also pretty cool. Oh yes. A Lowen Persian. Very cool. Look at that. Let's bring it up to the camera. Slide it in here. Ooh. Crazy enough, if this one card grades 10, I think it pays for its own pack. How crazy is that? I bet you it does. I bet you this goes for like at least 200 or something in a 10. But it's got a grade 10 first, so that's not guaranteed. Also, you got to pay attention to these hollows now from these sets because these are also big money these days. Anything holographic that grades 10. All right, that was pretty interesting. I was not expecting that. Here's Cosmoem, here's Mawile, and here's Dusclops. Cool, cool, cool. All right, not bad. So we're out of Cosmic now. Take a look at our XY packs, by the way. They're priced pretty similarly. They're all real good, too. That's our expensive stuff. All right, very cool, man. Mr. Lars, I'm going to create a new bag for you. You also get some free stuff. Did you know that? So your free stuff shall be this Cosmic Foil Darkrai. I actually just sold one of these in the 10, I think, for like $125 on eBay. Let me see real fast. So he doesn't seem like much, but the card can be pretty big business if it grades well. Let's hope. It might not have been Obsidian Flames. Yeah. Yeah, Evolving Skies was already kind of expensive by that point. God, it's so this whole hobby's so expensive, it just doesn't make sense. This Pidgeot might truly grade 10. I never even looked it over. Darkrai is going to be pretty hard to grade 10. I already know because a lot of these cards are tough to grade. But take a look at that. So here's one of these Trick or Trade Darkrai's that I sold just today on April 12th for $125. Pretty interesting. $125. So we'll toss this guy in with the other pulls. I would look carefully over all these non-hollows because, again, if one of these can truly grade 10, I would just take a shot at it. Might sell for $75 in a 10. Pretty important when the cards are getting this expensive. So there you go, your first-time order bonus. We do first-time order bonuses for people. And you're going to go automatically into the giveaway. Lars Melland. Mr. Lars, I just found out from a DNA test that I'm 6% Norwegian. What do you think? We are. I'm ready to go back to the motherland. All right. It might not have been Obsidian Flame. I already read that. Okay. Let's pop this in here. There we go. Let's put your name on this. Okay. And this shall say 4.26. All right. So the way this works now, your bag will be stored over here automatically. To ship this bag that weighs this little would cost $20 USD. But as it gets heavier, it will go all the way up to $40 USD, at which point you will be allowed to add quite a lot more to it. And we don't ship it until you're ready to ship. So we ship it when you're interested in paying for that round of shipping. All right. Put that way over there. Now we have these L boxes over here where we store the L bags. Let's see what box we shall put you in. What kind of place do we have the most space in? Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't do that. Okay, where do we got the most space in? Probably over here, right? Who says this is Lindsay Pollard? We're going to put you with the Lindsay. Lindsay's got an expired bag. Mr. What's up? It's Jesse Ransom. Been a year or two. Jesse, what's up, Jesse Ransom? I got one more order coming. Ooh, nice. All right. Sounds good. Big orders for a first-time customer, huh? That's cool, man. All right. We know we have a big Sarah Dusenberry order too, so we got to take care of her as well. Now, oh, actually, I see you had already placed it. You had already placed it. So your second order was for Pokemon McDonald's Dragon times 20? Let me see if I have 20 of them. Damn, dude. 20 of them. We better hurry because we don't want Sarah to get sleepy. All right. Whew. We did happen to have 20 of these. There we go. Very good. Okay. And let me just see something real fast. We have to see what these are selling for these days. Okay. And what do we do? We're gonna do a price check on them. I haven't price checked them in a long time. Wait, do I only sell them on the website? Let's check over here. Oops, come on now. There it is. Yes, these are ready for a price change. All right. So there we go on that. And then let me see if there are any in the actual YouTube menu, but I don't think there is. Give me a second here. Oh, they are in the menu over here. All right. So those have gone up in price for after a while. So those will be a different price now. And now to get these open, 20 of them, huh? We got 20 of them. You're going to get 20 of them. You ready? All right. Looks so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Save one Umbreon sealed. Save one Umbreon sealed. Ah, we got to open them. You mean these little squares? Yes. They don't ship very well in that shape. They wouldn't fit inside of our shipping box. We just throw them away. You're funny, man. Okay. Let's see. The box doesn't have any value. The booster pack, as you can see now, this you might want to keep sealed if you want to seal booster pack. But the little box is just a little box. Okay. But that will not ship properly if we leave it in the box. It won't sit. It won't fit on the table, and it won't fit into a conventional box unless we do a really large box. Which who knows? Maybe we would do a larger box if you had like this really big number of orders. This is a lot of trash. Look, they come with a little game too. Did you know that? Something like that. Some stickers. I throw it all away. Mr. Live, WTF? That's right. Let's get some of these open. How many packs did I actually grab? We gotta go fast. We don't want Diane waiting too long. We gotta take care of her. Squeak. 6. I liked when Simmons' intonation went, oh, I felt that. Nighttime gang is bad. What time is this? 3:10. Oh my God, we're supposed to be done by 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. All right, there we go. 20 of those. I don't know what to do with the rest of this. I guess I'll just dump it in there. I do like these packs a lot, Mr. Lars, right? Make sure I get your name right. Sorry, I actually left the orders queue to look at the price of this. Yes, Mr. Lars. Mr. Lars, the new guy. Okay, he wants 20 McDonald's. Ready? 20 of these McDonald's. So these are very interesting because they don't have like a clear-cut chase card in them, right? Like maybe it's the Dragonite, maybe it's the Pikachu, but it's the same repeating cards. And so the real chase is to pull one that can actually grade 10. That's the real chase because these often don't grade 10. They're hard to grade 10. All right. Stick with that. And you allow new people to make these big orders again? Well, I mean, if their name is Lars, I mean, it's a tricky decision to make. It's a tricky decision. I looked at his payment method. Um, we are tossing this over here. Ready? Here goes. It's a complex decision to make. Charizard and Trampa. Like, for example, if somebody runs a big chargeback or something, the cards become mine. So do I mind having a bunch of open McDonald's cards? I actually don't, because I'll just grade them. Here's a Rayquaza and a Eevee. I'm going to pop those in with your card. But look, you got Pikachu right there. So you got a little Pikachu. So I'm going to help you I'm going to help you try to complete the set at least. Don't worry, I'm a fisherman. Here's Umbreon and Myrmidon. We've had issues before, Mr. Lars, where somebody will place like a large first-time order, and then if they don't like what they pull, they just like do a chargeback or something like that, or at least they try. It doesn't necessarily succeed. It can be blocked. Here's Roaring Moon. And but sometimes if a person's ordering something very, very risky, I say, let's wait. Let's get to know each other first. Let me give you an example of that though. So like, let's say somebody brand new person, and what they really wanted to buy was like $300 of break spots. Like $300 of a spot in like a slab, like a rare candy slab or something like that. Sometimes I'll be like, let's just give you one. And the reason for that is because let's say they miss and it was $300 and all they get is what, like a couple common cards? They'll be like, maybe I'd charge that back because they'll have so much regret that it may not even be a scammer, just a regular guy who has a lot of regret. And it will be tempting for him to do a chargeback. But like with these beautiful McDonald's cards, there's no chance of that because you're getting a card every single pack, right? Like if I had to acquire these because of a chargeback, I'm just going to grade them. So look at this beautiful Pikachu. So it's not going to be such a big deal. And same with those previous 2 packs, the Evolving Skies and the Cosmic Eclipse. I knew they had a chance to pull something pretty hot and valuable in them. I would say the Evolving Skies weren't super lucky, but he actually did get a low-end a low-end Persian out of the Cosmic Eclipse, and that's actually pretty good. We got Myrmidon. Sorry, bro. Versus my dad. There we go. New guy? Yes, Mr. Lars is new. All right. Mr. Deroxy? There you go. We got a couple people from Norway, man. Here's Umbreon Eevee. Ooh. There we go. All right. Here's Coradon. Look at that Coradon. I think one of the most infamous chargebacks of that nature was somebody from like Germany, and it was like a girl's name. I think it was literally the name was Karen. I think the name was literally Karen, and they bought a really huge amount of cards. It's like $3,000 all of a sudden, and I accepted the order. And then the moment their order was done, they charged back the entire thing. And I contacted PayPal about it, and they said it was actually a fraudulent credit card situation. So they unfortunately they did reverse the order in that scenario, but it was a fraudulent credit card, and yet uh, I actually was fine because in their order they pulled a ghost rare out of a Yu-Gi-Oh pack, and I was able to just do a break on that Yu-Gi-Oh card, and the whole amount of money was corrected. We got all the money back because the pulls were actually lucky. So the pulls were so lucky we made all our money back. We are. All right. And Umbreon behind the Myrodon. There you go. That's 20 packs of McDonald's Pokemon. Ugh. It's called Dragon Discovery, I believe. And we have it on the menu. It's $9 a pack now. It costs a little more. That's because online the price of the packs have gone up. So for me to restock them would cost more. Dragon Discovery. Big fan of this set, by the way, because it's got Pikachu and it's got Dragonite in it. And it's got Umbreon, and it's got Rayquaza, and it's got Charizard. There you have it. A lot of cool cards here. Let's see. You got one. How many of these Pikachus to get? You got 3, 4, 5. Damn, dude. You got 5 Pikachus. That's a great round. And then the Dragonite, you got 1, 2. You only got 2 of the Dragonites, but you got 5 of the Pikachus. So you did pretty well, I'd say. That's for Mr. Lars, the new guy. Thank you, Mr. Lars. All right, so I believe it is now Sarah's turn. She's been waiting a while. Now, again, and here's your bag. And again, we don't automatically ship this. This stays over here until you order a round of shipping. And this is probably now a $40 shipment. So $20 shipping only lasts for a tiny amount of cards. Then it instantly jumps up to 40 after a certain threshold. Let me show you how much $20 can do. So $20 can ship about this much. And then once it's heavier than just these 2 slabs, then it jumps to 40. It's kind of crazy. That's how international shipping works. But the good news is you can add quite a bit more to that bag at this point before shipping. So if you have ambitions to add more to that bag before shipping, I would do that. So Sarah says 10 perfect orders, 2 live customs, 10 Poke Shuffles, 5 OP13 packs, and 1 box of 151 surprise. Holy dude. What in the world? Miss Sarah. Oh my. Hopefully a lot of 10s in there. Hopefully, yeah. Actually, we offer a service where you can hire me to check cards for whether they can grade 10 or not. It's $3 per card to do that. Sometimes I will offer like a bulk rate, like maybe $2 for 10 of them. Are you ready? Oh, much better. Oh, what's this? Double snipe? Double snipe in the live customs can only mean a big money jackpot pull. What are the odds of that? Now, how does this happen? This happens because as it rotates, as the packs get shuffled, sometimes people buy the cold ones in between the 2 hits. Or maybe one of the hits gets shuffled right next to another hit. All right, very lucky, Sarah. What do we have here? 5 waifu shuffles and the Hitmonlee. Okay, okay, okay. 5 of the waifus, huh? And then the Hitmonlee. Let's see what that is. We don't know what it is yet. Double snipe. The 5 waifu shuffles, I have to get you lucky again. There's some big pulls in the waifu shuffles, even if you're not a big waifu collector. There's some big signatures. Ah, not bad at all. So $100 on the Hitmonlee because he's first edition Hitmonlee. What are you thinking with the Hitmonlee? Is this a re-roll on the Hitmonlee or do we keep it? First edition fossil. By the way, this is our Hitmonlee that we pulled from our fossil box break. Pretty neat. Any side, I'll get a pear tree. Hopefully many 10s in there. Nice, heck yeah. Would be kind of cool to have all the McDonald's sets graded in PSA 10. Mr. House the Baby Project going. So Karis received 1 embryo. It did not implant, so she is not pregnant. We have to do another transfer. It's called a transfer. The next one will be all the way out in May. So they don't just rush through the next one. There's like this whole like hormonal injection setup before they'll do a transfer. So they're going to adjust the medicines. She has been instructed to gain 10 pounds. And it's so crazy to watch it because she cannot do it. She cannot eat enough food. She gets like ill before she gets fat enough, before she gets enough calories. Here we go. Miss Sarah. Some people struggle to gain weight. How interesting. There we go. So you got someone like me, and I'm trying not to gain weight because I've gained enough for a lifetime. And then you got another person who cannot gain weight because they can't eat enough. That's all I need to know. That says a lot to me. It says that the food you eat, the amount you eat is just it's like your DNA is like built in. It's not like a choice you're making. It's just some sort of base food hunger. Are you ready? I hope everything goes well. Having a kid is so amazing. I hate every time one of my friends has another baby because of my chemo treatments. I can't have kids no more. So I got one and done. Well, I'm sorry about the chemo treatments, but you know what? It's like Bobby from King of the Hill. I 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. All right. What do we got? Oh, box of Sneaker Bunko Volume 2. So that'll end up going back in. Boop. So now you have a box of Sneaker Bunko. Oh, and this has to go back into the live customs. I forgot about this. So give me a second. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm hoping to have a kid before I die, dude. Karis and I, we're always talking about our plans. Oh, we should go here. We should go to China. We should go to Japan. We should do this. We should do that. And I'm like, really? The only thing I need to do, eat, sleep, have a baby. And after the baby's born, I can finally die. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just not a lot to life, really, in a sort of, when you really boil it down to what happens in life, is like, I'm doing the life cycle of a human. And then there other things happen in between, like vacation happens in between. So a box of Sneaker Bunko is right here. Good night, everyone. I'm asleep for the next 2 days. Have a nice sleep, Mr. Anthony Rodriguez. And we'll talk in Discord about doing maybe a little shout out, okay? We are? All right. That sounds horrible to try and gain 10 pounds. She just doesn't eat that much. She eats whatever she wants, and she never eats enough to gain weight. She doesn't think about it. She doesn't plan it. She doesn't count calories. All right, that's your boop. That's your promo. Okay. There we go. Tossing that. So your two pulls have turned into a Hitmonlee, and whatever you're about to pull out of here. Now, listen, Miss Sarah, if you happen to get a big signature out of here, it can be worth $200, $300, maybe more. So there's some seriously big pulls that can come out of this one box. So we'll see if you get lucky. And even if you don't like it, I don't know if you collect anything like these Weiss cards. Even if you don't like it, if you do pull a good Siggy, or probably any signature, I would just go ahead and have it get graded, okay? Send it out to grade, and when it's done grading, you can then flip it. She needs to have a jar of peanut butter and snack on it all day long. Yeah, I've been taking her out for like like Starbucks coffee drinks, stuff like that. She's got candy in the home. It actually isn't great for me. Temptation for me, but she's got like she's got some candy in the home and some desserts like brownies and stuff like that. There we go. She's supposed to gain weight. The doctors are speculating that she was too skinny and that played a role in the first transfer failing. But the good news is we have like 11 more embryos. We have a lot of embryos left over. And if it gets, and there we go. No signature in this box. You do have some lovely waifu cards though now. Even these can be graded, but they will only sell for maybe like $75 at best, most of the time. All right. So if it really, really, really is a bad situation where she absolutely cannot get pregnant, we can resort to the last strategy, which is to hire somebody to be a surrogate. We are surrogacy, which I'm not particularly wanting to do because it's like $100,000, but we are able to shimmy up a lot of money and try to do that. Probably because I can give away my Pokemon card collection that I like so much. So I can start selling some of my more valuable cards to do something like that. $100,000 just to get the baby. Then you have to pay for the baby to be born. Then you have to raise the baby. Oh, God, dude. All right. Miss Sarah, here are your pulls. Thank you so much. One whole box, a Sneaker Bunko, and a Hitmonlee 9 coming out of your 2 live customs. Wow, and we're just started. Now she needs 10 Poke Shuffles. She went through a lot of work to get to the transfer. The transfers, again, when they move the embryo into her, and they have like a special device for that and all. And it's really interesting. All of it's really interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Poke Shuffles. Cold round. All right. Misty Psyduck's going into the Poke Shuffles now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She probably wouldn't be cool with just doing another chick for a baby. Oh no, we've already talked a lot about this. She's very interested in surrogacy. In fact, if it was cheap, we would be hiring a bunch of surrogates right now. Okay. There we go. If surrogacy was affordable, like cheap, maybe like $25,000 or something, we would probably be hiring somebody right now to have a baby. There you go. Because it doesn't stop you from having a baby. She can still keep trying, but it just gives you a second possibility to have one. We are. Ooh, Rayquaza. Heck of a lot cheaper unless you get stuck with talent support. Okay, so 10 perfect orders, 5 OP13s. Let's check those OP13s. Do we have those? Yes, we do. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe there's a Pokemon card collecting girl who wants to have me to just transfer a really expensive card to her, no taxes. Yeah, let's see. No taxes involved for either of us. We make an agreement. She gets my legendary collection Charizard, but she has to carry one baby to term. Is all right. We've got this girl. I'll be your surrogate, mister. Half price. Yeah, I bet you would. I think the Amish are trying to get people to impregnate their women. Oh, yeah. They're having probably a DNA problem, right? Recursive genes. Oh, look at that. Little snipey wipey. Congratulations. So we got Boa. Yeah, they can't, you don't want to have their genes being too close to each other and relapsing and causing recessive disorders. We are. They need some outsiders. Every group needs some outsiders for the same exact reason. It keeps your gene pool healthy. There we go. So, one box of 151 surprise. Let's get that next. One whole box of 151 surprise for Miss Sarah. We are so going to pull this Pikachu. I can feel it. This is the box, the Pikachu box. In my younger days, I would say I would go up in the Amish. I had a writing teacher in the homeschool group. He's a smart guy, Mr. Brendy. And his son was real smart. I've never met somebody who was really good at chess the way I was. His son was real close. He was younger than me. I still beat him, but I could tell he was a smart little kid, man. And the dad taught me how to write. And he had spent a prolonged period with the Amish just to like study them, I guess. And he ended up writing a book about them. So he was a successful author himself. He had a variety of books, and he was a journalist too, that he would submit articles to like Times Magazine and stuff like that. Really interesting. Sure. All right. Yeah, he had a cool family. All right. They live in downtown St. Louis. Hans Brendy ended up becoming a software engineer and helped successfully launch an app with some company. I don't remember what it is, but I remember him talking about it on Facebook. I was like, good for you, bro. Here's Starmie. Here's Vaporeon. Oh, Wigglytuff box. Okay, Wigglytuff box. I wonder if the Wigglytuff takes the place of the potential Pikachu. Here's Vaporeon. Weezier. Here's Valplu. Here's that guy with the really long tongue. Ditto. Beedrill. Jinx. Jinx will be your second pull in the box. Damn, dude. These boxes are kind of tough. They're genuinely tough. Like, we haven't seen Pikachu Gengar, like, even one time. And we've opened quite a few of these. He must be really rare. There we go. I wonder what the pull rate on him is. Somebody must have studied it, right? If the pull rate's low enough, he might be better to just offer as a break. But man, we got to pull one. We definitely got to pull one, right, guys? I feel sad if we didn't pull one. Okay, so we got 5 packs of perfect order. This is what I was dreading. I have to now go get another box of perfect order. Now, I think I have to open a fresh case of these because I'm pretty sure this was the last box of the previous case. The fresh case just arrived in the mail. So bear with me, guys. I'm going to step away for a second. I'll be right back, okay? All right, here we are. Very good. This order brought to you by Miss Sarah. Okay. Sarah, I was scared you weren't going to pull anything out of those waifu shuffles. We are. Because we were all the way down to card number 5. We hadn't pulled anything in those first couple of cards. It was lucky you got that box. There you go. The pull rates are on the box. Are they actually? What does he count as? SR, SAR, SSR, 1AR. Is that him? 0.7%. That's interesting. Not point. So your odds of the red pulls are quite low, less than 1%. But not only that, it's probably sharing it's think about it, it's sharing a loot table with all the other pulls, right? Like, so it says there's 12 SRs, and then it says SAR, SSR 2 out of 3. I don't know what that means. And then the AR, it says there's just one of those, and UR, there's just one. But if you add all that up, that's like what? 14 plus 12, 16. So you have a 0.7% odds of pulling something out of the box, but you would need a 1 in 17 odds after that to pull exactly what you want. I don't know. Am I reading that right? That sounds extremely rare. That sounds extremely rare. Questioning it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Here it goes. So we had a big Miss Diane Bailey order. We had a big Miss Sarah order. We had a big Mr. Lars order. We had a big Grant J. Kwan order. Thank you, everyone, for your support. I really appreciate it. You guys are too kind to me. We stay busy over here because of you guys. The entertainment is fun. The challenge of pulling the top cards is fun. The breaks are hilarious. I love seeing people pull a big card for 40 bucks or something like that. And very recently, the live customs and the Poke Shuffles have just become a really popular product on this table. I mean, we really get those going, huh? Here's Superior, and here is. That's what you were looking for. Oh my gosh, this just turned into a great round. Look at that. Meowth popping out of perfect order. Beautiful. It's really not a bad card. Do you guys like this Meowth? I think it looks really nice. Here we are. It's Meowth is a famous Pokemon from Purple Pass. Meowth is a famous Pokemon from the anime. And so it's like you kind of forget about it, but people have nostalgia for Meowth. And in this set, he gets an alternative art all to himself. All right, here's Aurorus, here's a Veltall. That Meowth is a banger. Yeah, he's a cute little card, man. They give him kind of like a comic book style drawing. Yeah. Instead of like maybe hyper realism or like some sort of big environmental card or something like that. They give him like a comic book style. Okay. Couple more. I know that's what Sarah was trying to pull out of these, so this, in fact, is probably a very happy round for her. You got the other Meowth! Oh my gosh. 2 in 1 blow. Wow, alright. That was a Meowth box, there's no doubt about it. We might have to clip that, in fact. Double Meowth, very cute. All 3? She got the, you're right, it is all 3, I didn't even catch that. She got all 3 Meowths in 10 packs. Wow. Oh, baby, the triple. All right, very good. Yes, and here is another nice holographic Gengar. You can never have enough of these Gengars. I had to backtrack a minute. Did someone get that Psyduck before me, or did I get it? The Psyduck. Is it a Misty Psyduck? I put it into the Poke Shuffles. Here's Naveen. Naveen, hot hands tonight. You know, I felt like her order was just sort of like okay, right? Like I felt like it was, the return was okay. The Pokey Shuffles missing was actually kind of it was a negative. But now that we have the Altart Meowth in the actual perfect order round, now it is a good round again. So we've got Meowth, 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 Probopass, Gengar, Yveltal. The Gengar is pretty important, Sarah. This one, you know, I pay a lot of attention to hollows these days. Gengar hollows, he's serious business, you know. There we go. All right. Some of these other hollows like Naveen and Barbacle, they're nothing, dude. Nothing going on with these at all. So some of these other ones aren't really a big thing to worry about. But yeah, we care about Gengar, obviously. Redeem yourself. The $40 Psyduck, I sent for it a while back. Okay. So let me go ahead and I'm going to add you to the leaderboards, Miss Sarah. Is this a leaderboards worthy moment? Maybe. I don't think it is. We're going to leave it out of the Hall of Fame. But what I am going to do, I'm going to put it in the stream clips channel for Mr. Mike's side to have a look see at. Sarah pulls all 3 Meowths. 182 minutes. All right. So I feel like, I don't know, maybe what should be the Hall of Fame pull from Perfect Order? Are any of them worthy of that title? What? Tammy's in the mod. I'm going to tell her good job. Good job, Tammy. Tammy banned a bot from the server. Okay. Mr. Alex was the one who pinged for tonight's stream. That's very good. And now we can start to wrap up this turn for Miss Sarah. Sevaduzababy. Grabbing this. I like that the new Meowth kind of resembles the old Team Magma versus Team Aqua art. Here we go. I'll get you a little top loader for this guy. Probably want him in a top loader. Good. You can keep those hollows. Thank you. We'll go ahead and place these to the side. You'll hold on to that Gengar. He's the good one. Make your life a little bit easier there. Oops. All right. Oops. Oops. Okay. Put that up there. Those can be in the front for fun. We'll put the Meowth in the back. Now this shall go up into your box. Meow, 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 meow. Sarah Duzen. Good. We got to catch up on some of these other orders that have been waiting a while. It's been a weirdly busy Sunday night. We had a new guy come in and he went like mega deep. Here's a Carlos order for 2 Nikkei Precious, Mr. Carlos Chaveras. All right. Nice mouth pull, whoever. All right. Okay, set that there. Here's, ooh, whoa, whoa, wee. Look at this fold they do with her breast. Watch this. Look at this left boob. How it like lumps. How would you describe it? It like a lump is created because the cloth is pressing against it. Here we are. that little attention, that those fine details that sell the card. Thank you, Mr. Carlos. Appreciate it. That's her elbow. What? No, it's not. No, no, no. What are you talking about? You're looking at the wrong part of the card, man. There we go. And this also had a textured card here. Here it is. Always pay attention to the details. That's right. The devil's in the details, as they say. Okay. You're looking at the wrong lump there, Mr. Airvik. You gotta look again. All right. Look at this $100 Rayquaza. Now, Mr. Tyler's did say he wants the Psyduck tag slab, but we already placed it into the box. How easily can we retrieve this Psyduck? Oh, good. It's right here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. Because 8 equals 40. All right. We can let you have that. Let's do it. Tyler Davis. Okay. Do I have to ship soon? I think my bag's from November. No, you don't have to ship until this November. But what I recommend is don't let it get all the way up to November. I recommend shipping it in ship it at least in October. That's my recommendation. Ship it a month early, okay? Just to be safe. Just to be safe, because you never know. I'm a little crazy. Okay, Tyler, did you see your Discord was updated with like a bunch of pictures? We are. Okay. I recommend reminding me anytime you buy a slab to update your pictures so that we don't make that so that we don't end up in that position again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Blue Sky Stream Rayquaza VMAX. Turns out that's a pretty expensive card now. Pretty wild, huh? Ray, and it's number T10. And this is a chase card. Do I have to ship soon? Yes, sir. I did really appreciate it. And yes, sir, I'll put it in there from now on. You don't gotta apologize. I'm pretty sure it was like my mistake that it wasn't all in there. But just do me a favor, help me out by yelling at me if I forget to do it. So tell me right away, because that way I can't make any mistakes. The trick is there's so many people who have a channel now that my brain is not really able to hold on to who's got to do what. We might be done. It's 3:43. I gotta go to bed, bro. I gotta go to sleep. All right, let's get one more person in here. One more person. You ready? Miss Six. She made it. All right. So it looks to me like tomorrow we finish this Gengar giveaway. It's Master Ball Gengar. Really good giveaway. $100. If you don't want to miss tomorrow's stream, smash the subscribe button so that YouTube will notify you when we go live. Tomorrow's Monday. We'll be giving this away probably in the Monday daytime stream. Okay, I hope to see you guys there. 6 sent an order. What, you think I'm just gonna take care of your orders or something? What do you think? I'm like the order guy, the orders taker care guy? 2 151 surprise. What do I look like to you? McDonald's checkout person? Here you go. Actually, I've always said that this job is like a glorified fast food job. I'll take 55 French fries, 55 hamburgers, 55. Here's Graveler and Marrow Smack. No luck this time, Miss Six. Six, apparently it's pretty dang hard to pull this Chase Pikachu. That is your job, sir. You do your job with no complaints, or you're grounded. Yeah, it is my job, it seems. We are glorified fast food job. That's what this is. But you do want somebody not crazy doing the job, because you're handling very expensive cards. Like that Rattle video that came out the other day where they pulled the Gengar, the Mega Gengar from Ascended Heroes out of a God pack. And then after the show is over on, what was this on, what's the name, Whatnot? After the show was over, he contacted the winner, the guy who pulled the Gengar. And he said, you know what? I didn't mean to sell that box of Ascended Heroes. So you're going to have to give that Gengar to me. So if you're going to have somebody handling your cards, you want somebody who's the right person. All right. Thank you, guys. I had a lot of fun. I'll see you, rip and dip. That's right. I'll see you for the Monday daytime stream. See you there, everybody. Oh, I saw that video. Yeah, it was pretty nuts.